her the other day. She told me that when she entered Ghana, every Chinese women were hidden. They were not making progress because they said that Ghanaians were not, nice to them in business. So, and she felt that the same hatred. But she told me something. I didn't allow it. I changed my perspective. She decided to change her mindset. She was saying she was the only Chinese lady that decided to go to University of Ghana for one single thing. She went to the University of Ghana to learn the mindset of Ghanaian. Why are they the way they are? And she came out and she found out that they were actually good people. And based on that her shift of mindset, she came out of that university and she started a business. And now, if you go to Ghana, she's the Dangote of Ghana, from nothing to something, just because she decided to change her mindset. So why am I saying this? And I want to quickly go to the next question. Mindset shift to embrace, to unlock your growth for the rest of you. One of the things I have preached this year, ever since I came back from that conference, is the mindset of abundance instead of scarcity. Some of us are where we are because we don't want to collaborate. When you think of mindset is like, okay, there's not enough resources. I just have to manage. I still have to be. I can't share this. I can't share that. I don't want anybody, taking my thunder. I don't want to share my business. I'd rather become a one-man business, or in my career, I don't want to network. I don't want to collaborate. But I found out that abundance mindset actually is, there is not for everybody, even as a business person. So it gives you to room. If you have that mindset, I can't collaborate. I must not be Sophia and Sons Limited for life. Maybe this is the reason why you're stuck where you are in these past 3 months. Maybe you need to collaborate. We are today. You can see 5 of us are collaborating to be able to bring more impact to people. Maybe if I'm the one that is doing this, I probably will not have 800 people in this attendance. And maybe it's just 10 or 20. But because we are all everybody are putting the resources together so we can impact more. So it creates multiplication, more like they call it. I remember Sam saying that it's not even. I remember Folabi saying that it's not even multiplication. That is geometric, progression, which is much more than multiplication. So that mindset of abundance that opens you up to collaborate, opens you up to let people in, opens you up to reach out and do things, and be able to do things beyond who you are. Somebody said,
Wow.
you might feel alone, but don't walk alone. Another
Wow.
mindset, yes, you might feel alone, but don't walk alone. So this year, the
Okay.
remaining quarter, do not walk alone. If you've been walking alone for the past, don't walk alone, because now you achieve more. So get that
Wow.
mindset. Okay. Then another one I would like to speak to is
Two more
perfection.
minutes. 1 more minute.
Okay. Another one I want to speak to, yes, thank you, is perfection and progress. Some of you are not able to mean beyond that the past 3 months, the things you plan to do, because you want it to be perfect. You're wanting one is okay. You're wanting one is, please, if you're a business person and that thing is 80% done, push it out. When you start it, when you start getting feedback, you can modify and get to your 100%. And if you're somebody that is working, for example, I remember my background was admin, and I wanted to move into HR. I didn't have a background in HR, and it wasn't perfect for me. I remember going to register in one of their the HR body, and then my mentor said to me, "Just start doing something. You don't need to get certification." And telling you the truth, I never got any sales certification in HR until just 2 or 3 years ago. But I started, I didn't wait for perfection. So when I found out that, oh, they'll ask me questions in my office about HR, I don't know, I would just call somebody that is in a HR group, please. And I made sure I networked and I met friends. And so I will get people to help me. I'll call, please send me your draft. Please send me this. Please send me that. And I never perfected you. Up till now, I'm still in perfection. So don't wait, for that perfection. Somebody said, then I can also quickly speak of from control to trust. Some of you can move beyond and achieve your dreams because you want to do it alone. You're a perfectionist. You don't want to share that control with people. You don't want to trust. Create a team that, you could have a mindset of, look, I was listening to Kayo, I was listening Tunde the guy that did broke the record book of Guinness records book on chess. He was saying, giving a story of a songwriter that started as a saxophonist. So by the time he grew to from five man band to 20 man. He stopped being the saxophonist, he became the conductor. He began to conduct the music. And then by the time they grew from 20 to 100, he moved from conductor, he becomes the music composer. That sometimes, you become the hero of that project. But at one point in time, you have to begin to understand that you have to let go. And you may not see, become to see the hero of the project. And so you can translate to something bigger. So some of us, we are afraid to involve people and create a team and lose control and trust people to carry the vision that we've started. And so we are stuck and we're not able. So another mindset I want you to have the remaining part of the year is
Okay.
from that control to trust. And I want to end it by saying that, the area of perfect is better perfect than, done well. And you can, and then again, finally, I know I'm rounding up.
Sorry, we're rushing you.
Yes, I've started, I'm rounded up. I would like to leave this word. If you started this year, I'd like to leave this one word. If you started this year and you feel that you've not made a lot of progress, you failed, and something or the other has hindered you from achieving your growth, just know that you can stop so many times. Believe me, you can meet a pause so many times, and I have met a lot within these 3 months. But listen to me again. You can also start so many times. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. The push factor. I'm so glad to have you here. So what I took from you is that you said we don't have to walk alone. And I'm not walking alone. Okay. So I want to encourage every woman here. See, okay, just type it in the chat section for me. What have you taken from here? Okay. We've done this first mission. What did you take from there? I understand that my mission is my mirror. Some of us don't have mirrors. Do you understand? So that's why we're having issues. So which mirror are you looking at? And what are you becoming? So secondly, now she has told us that we shouldn't walk alone. Any woman that is walking alone here needs some big shot. I have the koboko. Okay, so find a cycle, have a sister. Okay, we have the she tribes now, and which I believe will pick up in a
I
way
think
that
somebody has
every
a
woman
question,
will have
IJ.
access. Sorry?
I think somebody raised their hand. I don't know.
Well, somebody raised their hand.
Mm.
We'll take the questions after, please.
We
Okay,
can
so
take
if
the
you have your
questions
questions, we're still going to take it after. Okay, so the next question I have is the money. We're going to rush. Money, sorry, we'll be fast. And we're okay. So the money question is this. So Obi, this is for you. Studies have shown that mindsets and money beliefs are formed in our childhood. Most of us don't know that the things that we're suffering now are the things we picked when we're small. Okay, and they often shape our financial habits into our adulthood. So how can money and mindset belief help us to grow our income and also break past our financial limitations? So just 5 minutes so that Sandra can round up. Thank you.
Good morning,
Obi.
everyone. Thank you very much for that question. I like to talk about money, especially with women, because a lot of times you find that women do not naturally feel like they are empowered to make money and to earn money. Most times you would hear a woman say, "Oh, I want to marry a rich husband," and all of that. And they don't feel confident in their ability to earn. So I love talking about money and earning to women. So the thing is, right, and I'm going to continue from where my sister Sophie stopped with mindset. Your money mindset really, it plays a lot of role in how you dream and in how you decide and how you take advantage of opportunities. And like you've already said, it drives your money habits. Your money mindset drives your money habit. Many people have this very limiting money mindset. They believe in scarcity rather than abundance. Let me give you an example. You would often hear people, maybe Nigerians, they'll say, money is scarce. There's no money. Oh. I don't know if that has ever put money in anybody's table. I don't know whether saying there's no money has ever put money in anybody's pocket. And I find it interesting that people still go with that narrative that has never put money in your pocket. Why? So you need to go and start thinking that there is an abundance of money. And I'm not just saying this, there is. I mean, look at just recently, CBN, they had brought out a treasury bills for people to buy. It was oversubscribed. They had to reject more than half of the money that was chasing the treasury bill. Those people don't have two heads. They have money. So first of all, if you don't go out with anything here, you need to change that narrative. Money is not scarce. Money is abundant. Money is plentiful. You will see that people that create generational wealth, they don't think that money is scarce. So that's one. Number two, people that have scarcity money mindset, they complain a lot. They complain all the time. Oh, there's no money, this, that. They never even find the little one to be grateful about. Money abundant people are grateful people, period. Thirdly, money scarcity people, they are hoarders. They because they think money is not available or money is scarce, they hoard. And permit me to say this, let me burst the bubble. They save. Don't save, invest.
Wow.
Use your money to make money. Don't keep your money in any bank. Put your money, the minimum your money should be is in a mutual fund. Because when your money is in a mutual fund, you can always get it back immediately when you need it. But for every 1 naira you have, make sure that that 1 naira is earning you 5 kobo, 10 kobo. And another money mindset that holds people back is that they say to themselves, oh, I'm going to wait. When I'm a millionaire, I will start investing. When I'm very rich, I will start investing. Why? You don't have to wait till you are very rich. You don't have to wait till you're a millionaire. The person that cannot create a financial plan when they have 5 naira or 100,000 naira income cannot create it when they are earning 1 million. So irrespective, they can't. So in what do money abundant people do? They give, they spend, and they invest. However, the trick in spending is this. You need to ask yourself, what I'm buying, is it putting money in my pocket or is it taking money away from my pocket? I say it again. What I am spending my money on, is it putting money in my pocket or taking money away from my pocket? If you want to build financial freedom for yourself, you need to make sure that at least 20% to 50% of your spend is putting money back in your pocket. And unless it is life critical, I learned this thing from someone that I really admire. I like her money journey. She said this. She said, don't spend an amount that you have not invested in something that is not an investment, unless it is a life or health critical matter. I'm going to say it again. An amount that you have not invested, don't spend it on something that is not an investment, except it is life or health critical. I have a very interesting story to share. I recently made a purchase, of something that I would call by all standards a very, very luxury purchase. Very luxury. In fact, even when I was spending the money, I was just thinking to myself, wow, Bobby, you're spending this money on something. But you know what gave me joy in buying it? I mean, I'm talking about something in tens of millions. You know what gave me joy in buying it? When I was buying it, I was buying every single dime came from my return on my investment. My capital is still there, and every single dime came from a return on an investment. And it made me feel good. So I was like, okay, do it. It's okay. And that is where I want you women to grow to. So, I don't have a lot of time. I only have a few minutes, so I can't go into
1 more minute.
details. Exactly. So I can't go into a lot of details into all those investments. But what I want you to do is to think about this. But let's go a little bit further. To build financial freedom, you have to know your numbers. Number one, number to know, what is your net worth? Your net worth is equal to the assets you have less the liabilities. So what you own less what you owe. And if you don't know that number, I'm sorry, you are not even started. The first thing you need to do is to calculate. Today, after this program, sit down. And mind you, your car is not really an asset, by the way. So when I say asset, I'm talking about investment, real estate, maybe artwork that you can sell, jewelry, anything that you can sell at the value that you bought it or higher. That's what you should really call an investment, right? Or anything that you can trade for money. So even if you want to add your car as investment, don't put the money you bought it. Put the value you can actually sell it for, if at all.
Wow.
So that's one. Then when you take out from that
So
what you owe, then you get your net worth. So at least that shows you your starting point. Where am I? Then
thank
next
you
question you want
so
to ask
much.
yourself is, where am I going? And you can then determine.
Bobby, I'm wait. I'm going to cut you short. You're so loaded.
But let me just round up though.
Okay,
So
okay.
then you determine where you want to go and you set your target net worth, what you want to do, and then you build a financial plan to get you there. So what I want to take away from here is number one, know your numbers, start small. Don't wait until you have 1 million. If you're earning 100,000 naira today, you can actually take away 2,000, 20,000, 10,000. Put it in a fund, a mutual fund. Start from there, accumulate, and then get to the point where you can then start to buy the real assets. I can't go into a lot of that now, but please feel free to connect with me if you want to get more information about this. Thank you
Wow,
so
thank you
much
so
for your
much.
time.
Thank you so much. She says, know your numbers. Okay. So if you're still inside that WhatsApp group, Obi is coming back again. So everybody that spoke today is coming back again. Okay. So we're just giving you the tip of the iceberg. That's why I'm telling you that there's a lot of opportunity out there for women. So let's stop complaining. There's no money, there are no opportunities. There's a lot going on. I'm sure you can see it. Obi, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And I'm coming into your DM. I want to buy that thing that is over 10 million. That will not shake my account. Make sure it works. Okay. So please put your comments in the chat section, and I'm going to call Dr. Sandra Powers. Doctor, I'm going to give you only 2 minutes because Linda is waiting for us. Okay. It's almost 10 and Linda is coming up by 10. Okay. So Sandra, I want you to tie up these 3 elements. Now remember, we're talking about Q2 growth. So how do we tie these 3 things to grow in the next quarter? Sandra, over to you. Dr. Sandra.
Can you hear me? Am I loud and clear?
We can hear you.
All right. So, well done to all the ladies who have spoken. You have done well. Challenge to summarize it in 2 minutes. You've been doing some summarizing even as we went along, Ijoma. So I think from that perspective, it makes it less of a task. But at the end of the day, growth has many dimensions. And from what the ladies have said, starting with you, Crystal, I like everything you said. I love that this meeting is now streaming on YouTube. I'm intending on finding that URL and rewatching it. So many wonderful nuggets from you. Having a big, audacious goal. I like that. To us all who are here, the audacity of dreaming, the audacity of building, the audacity to know that you too, from whatever part of the world you are in, can become. Thin the noise. Whatever does not align with your futuristic version, which is why it's important to have a mission, to have a reason for being, to have a raison d'etre. What is your purpose here on earth? What is that one thing? What is that one thing your life is giving focus to? What is that one thing that you want people to remember you by? What is that one thing you want to craft your legacy around? Thin the noise. Jealously guard that interest. Brutally focus on it. I repeat, thin the noise. Put your energy on what, put your energy where your impact lives. Put your upskilling. That came out a lot in all of the ladies that spoke, but particularly it came out when Dr. Crystal spoke. Upskilling. Don't be a minger. If you need to pay for that course, pay for it. If you need to borrow money for that course, borrow money for that course. Recently, there was this gentleman who has received a lot of flack online for daring to suggest Nigerians pay him 18,000 for mentorship. Well, did you know that before you can get Elon Musk to speak on your platform, you need at least $2.5 to $3 million? And by the way, there are Nigerian women that are making more money than Stephen Akinto, than that gentleman whose name went all over the internet. I'm sure they're all thanking God is not their names being broadcast in the way that his own is being broadcast. But the point is, don't shirk away from spending money on yourself. It's investment. It's an investment that will yield. It's all about ROI. Yes, investment in yourself over Louis Vuitton. The Louis Vuittons will come. But let us know what we're doing with money according to what the beautiful Orbi said. You know, according to what Sophie said, intentionality, deliberateness. Curate your mindset. Curate it. Your direction of travel should always be on what will yield that growth in your spiritual life, in your physical life, in your financial life. As a woman, there are many different parts to yourself. I like the fact as well that, when Sophie spoke, she spoke about not seeing a problem as a problem. Therein is the opportunity. Have a mindset shift. The people we all celebrate today, the one, commonality amongst them all is when you ask them why they are, who they are, and what made them do what they do, that we all know them for, is because they saw an opportunity when others were seeing a problem. When Obi spoke, she spoke a lot about making your money work for you. As women, we must. We cannot overstress the importance or understress the importance of making sure you're a money multiplier. I expect to see Obegeli speak some more on this, even on her own platform. Really looking forward to it. As women, financial literacy should be key. So I yield back. This is me done for my 2 minutes. I'm over 2 minutes.
Thank you so much,
back to you.
Sandra. That was powerful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay, so we're going into the second session, which is the keynote session. We have with us here Linda Chinemere, hair doctor, hair prof. I've added doctor to you, Abby.
Prof, actually.
Prof, okay, you're my hair doctor. See what you have done to me today. Okay, so Linda, over to you. Okay, so Linda is going to take us through money plans for Q2. Okay, so if you notice, we're looking at mission. Number one mission, you're a woman, you should make money, be happy. 2, change your mindset, things are not hard. Then 3, Linda is telling us, how do we get that money? Okay, then they've told us, the finance person has told us that we can multiply the money. So Linda, over to you.
Okay,
so please, maybe 20 minutes.
How many minutes do I have?
20, because I was supposed to have taken questions. I can't take. Yeah. So maybe after you will not take all the questions and I'll close the meeting.
Okay, so let me just see how I can squeeze in everything into this 20 minutes. And I hope you're ready to take your points. Thank you, Ijoma, for this beautiful platform and bringing us together. I am so happy that we are doing this, especially for women, because it is time for women to, start learning these things and growing. Now, for those of you who don't know what we mean by Q2, because you've been hearing her say Q2, we mean Q2, the second quarter of the year. The first quarter is over, heading to the second quarter. And some of you come into the year, or some of us, everyone come into the year with what we want to achieve, how we want to drive the year. Some don't even have an idea of what they want their year to look like, all right? But then the year is going and you've not started anything, you've not done anything. So this is just like a meeting to charge you up. So I'll be talking about money. I don't know why I was given this money topic, but it's fine. I'll be talking about money. So I want to ask you, what does money mean to you? Now it's money, money, money. What does money mean to you? Everybody wakes up every day to go hustle because of money. I am out here in my office because of money, because I want to earn money. Money is a tool, a means to an end. It's not about the money itself, really. It is what it allows you to do. It is not about holding the cash, but it is what money allows you to do. You want to go to Dubai, you want to fly business class, it is money, that tool that will unlock that thing for you. Now, for me, it means having the freedom to pursue my interests. Now, I'm talking about what money is to me. Learn new things and help others. To some other people, money could be something else. And like I said, money is the reason a lot of us move out daily to hustle. I will be focusing on 4 money key points. Now, these 4 money key points, you can take that down. The psychology of money, financial literacy, building wealth, and financial freedom. Now, I'll start with the psychology of money, how our thoughts and belief about money influence our financial decision. One of us have already chipped in something. I think Obi has already said something about that. But under the psychology of money, I'm talking about money mindset. Our belief about money, about how money shapes our financial habits. You have this money already. Are you a saver or a spender? Do you believe money is scarce or abundant? It's just like, still chipping in on what Obi has said. Are you a saver or a spender? Do you believe money is scarce or abundant? Understanding your mindset is the first step to changing your financial behavior. Now, let me tell you something that happened to me this year. I came into this year, and decided that I'll be saving more. I'll be intentional about how I spent money, because I realized that last year I would, spend money and people would just come, I need this, I want this. I couldn't say no. You see me, I see myself spending more than I should have. But I came into this year with a mindset of reducing my spend and learning how to say no to unnecessary requests. That's what I termed it. So money mindset is understanding first. Your mindset is the first step to changing your financial behavior. Now, under the psychology of money, we have the emotional spending. We often make financial decisions based on emotions like fear, excitement. You see that you're excited. Maybe you have a party, you're excited, you go to start spending your money to buy new things that ordinarily you don't need. Those things are already in your wardrobe. New clothes you have, new shoes you have, new bags you have it. But you're spending out of excitement. You're spending out of the excitement of a new party, and you want to dress and look new. Meanwhile, you can still get those things you have already in your wardrobe. So you need to recognize these triggers, these things these things that triggers you to spend unnecessarily, and it will help you be more rational about the choices you make. I am guilty of that. When I'm happy, I tend to go and spend money. Yes, I tend to go and spend money. I'm sure a lot of women do that. Now, the third under the psychology of money is financial goals. You should have clear financial goals. Having clear financial goals gives you the direction and motivation. Okay. Some of us don't even know what we are about the next week or the next month. Every year, especially during January, it's my camp period. And what do I do that time? I set my financial goals. And I can tell you that every month and every time, I know what I'm going to do. I know all the sales that I'm going to do for the year. And I want you to be doing that, especially if you are in a business or even if you're working. All right. I put out everything I need to do for the year, my Christmas sales, my Valentine's sales, Easter sales, and I fix the dates. I have a calendar. That is how I sit through January and plan what my year would look like. That is me setting my financial goals. And in setting those goals, I set the targets. I put, how much I think I should earn from this. It makes it more easy. It organizes my year. So at every point in time, I know the next project that I'll be working on. Now, I have just talked about the psychology of money, and I'm moving to financial literacy. I am trying to be as fast as possible so that I can put in everything I want within this 20 minutes. Now, financial literacy is the importance of understanding basic financial concepts like budgeting, saving, investing, and debt management. I repeat, it is the importance of understanding basic financial concepts like budgeting, saving, investing, and debt management. Now, budgeting, I'll take budgeting. Tracking your income and expenses for managing your money effectively. This is very important. You know that sometimes you spend even above what you make and you don't know because you don't track this thing, because you do not check how much you spend. You just keep spending randomly. And how can you assist yourself? How can you do this? I would say in a week, just get a pen and paper. Record every income that you make and record every spend, and check the two at the end of the week and see if you're spending more than you have made. Very important. If you're able to do that, it will help you to direct your spend nicely. It will help you manage your spend. When you see that at the end of the week, you have spent even more than you have earned in that week. What is it telling you? I move over to savings. Setting aside a portion of your income regularly helps you build an emergency fund and reach your financial goals. I always hear people say, oh, I can't save. Now, how much are they make? Well, I go begin save. Now, let me tell you something. Even if you're making 100 naira, you can save. And there's something about money. If I give you 1 million, you can blow it in a day. If I give you 500 million, you can blow it in a day. But if you get 1 million, or if you get 100,000 and put away 10,000 somewhere, your money cancels that money. Your memory cancels that money. Forget it. You can actually manage with 19,000. And that's the habit you need to start, imbibing, savings. Like, you can never have enough. So don't wait until you become a billionaire or millionaire before you save. You must cultivate that habit. If you're earning 80K, you can save 5,000. If you're earning 50K, you can save 3,000. It is never enough. Like, you cannot say, oh, until I end at this point before I save. If you wait, you would never save anything. And investing, this is putting your money to work. I won't say so much here because Obi had already touched it. Investing is putting your money to work in assets like stock, bonds, fixed deposit, real estate. You cannot leave your money idle. Like she said, if you have money anywhere in the bank that is not yielding money for you, that money is losing value, especially the fact that we have very unstable rate now, very unstable economy. You can wake up tomorrow and that money has dropped to something, you wouldn't realize. So please do not leave your money laying. Now, debt management. Understanding different types of debt. It's easy for people to say, oh, please, I need to collect loan. I need to do something. Please, can you give me money? Can you borrow me this money? Let me pay this. But you see, understanding different types of debt like credit, card debit, or student loan, and developing strategies for paying it down is crucial. I would also say that debt is helpful. Like, I don't mean going to incur debts. Using loans wisely is helpful. I am someone who has benefited so much from loan in my business because, of course, businesses would get to a point where challenges will come and you might need some funds in it. And then, because I have been, a stable banker with Zenith, there's this loan they created for women only. They call it the Z Woman loan. I was always benefiting from that loan. But again, if you don't know what you're doing with that money and then have strategies to pay back, and you might get into trouble for taking it. So what am I saying? You can take a loan. Debt is good to grow your business. Now I'm moving over to building wealth. I've talked about the psychology of money. I've talked about financial literacy, and getting into building wealth.
Sorry,
Now,
I'm going to cut you short, Linda.
Okay.
Sorry. I want to hear your story.
I'm getting there.
Thank you.
I'm getting there. It's under here. All right.
It's under here?
Yes.
Okay.
So I want to talk about the strategies for growing money over time, which includes, investing. I've talked about it, and entrepreneurship. Now, entrepreneurship is starting your own business. All right. And starting up your own business can be a path to wealth creation, but it requires a whole lot. And that is where my story comes in, starting your own business. A lot of people are clueless as to what they want to do. They don't know where to start from. They don't know how to start from. I'm someone who moved from a corporate organization to business. I was working with Intercontinental Bank when Access acquired Intercontinental Bank. And you know what that means. When you hear that a bank is acquiring a bank, two things are definitely going to happen. It's either your job is there or you lose your job. And now at that point, you don't even know where you fall to. But again, just like a normal day, we came to work, although we're already aware that something big is going to happen. And we are given a book, Who Moved My Cheese? That book is written by Spencer Johnson. If you have read that book, you'd know that that book is about a major change. And immediately I got that book, I just said to myself, Naimo, the time is up, all right? And within the next 2 weeks, we already got our letters to go. And this is somebody that I believe, this is me who have built and, who have already put my mind that I'm going to be building a career in banking, in the financial sector. And Even as I have put in my best, I am being asked to just go. And at that point, you don't want to know how I felt, like a failure. Where am I going to start from? So this is me telling you that life can hit you at any point in time. What you do next is what will determine how far you would go. Now, when that job came, some people didn't recover from that job loss and are still struggling. But what did I do? I took out my time to go and mourn the loss of my job and then started myself immediately. And being somebody who, even while I was working, they had a nickname for me. They call me independent marketer, because while I was working, I had plan B. And this is what I always like to tell everybody who is in the corporate sector. The business is not yours. You have no control over what will happen tomorrow. So anything, they can wake up tomorrow and then your job is not there. So what is your plan B? But I was doing, businesses by the side, selling one or two things. And then, so it wasn't difficult for me to move, but it was difficult for me to grow in it, because it's not just about waking up to say, I want to do this. I get a lot of people ask me, then how did you go into the hair business? Do you have passion for hair business? And the truth is, at the time when I had lost this job, I didn't have, passion for any hair business. I was just looking for something to survive. I was just looking for something to start earning money. People would say, oh, I want to do business based on my passion. What if you cannot afford the passion that you have? If you want to start selling aeroplane, you cannot buy one. Like what you may not be able to afford to start, doing the business that you're passionate about. But for me, I just started something because I needed money. And the beautiful thing is, when I started this and started growing in it, I started loving it because it started giving me money. Now, starting this business it's one thing I would say that really tested me, because you buy a product and you think, okay, you have friends, family who you're going to sell them to. But the truth is, it is not what it's going to be. How many will you sell to your friends? How many will you sell to your family? You realize that you have to go out there and push beyond yourself to get these things into the market. So when I started this hair business, fine and good. I was out of job. I was taking these hairs from one office to the other. Then we didn't have this big platform. We didn't have all of these things. I started with, that BlackBerry Mobile, BBM. So every day I would send out a broadcast message to strangers. Please, I'm selling hair. Hair wasn't even a thing. It wasn't a thing. I was going to offices, and then one day somebody said, how many times did you come to this office? And we have finished buying. And that's the truth. They have bought, and I keep coming. What is that telling me? That I need to go out and break open. I need to look for other means to sell this. And I thought to myself, what can I do? And then Facebook started coming. Facebook became a thing. And I thought to myself, what if I post what I'm selling here? At least I can meet strangers that I don't know. I didn't even dwell in it. I started posting. I remember when I post my hairs and people will come to my DM to say to me, Linda, this place is not for selling hair now. This place is not for selling. Facebook is where you meet people. Are you sure everything is going on in your marriage well? Are you sure you're fine? And I look at these people, I'm like, hey, God. Well, I am posting. It is either you say yes or no. Some people blocked me in the process, because the truth is, I will post it on my Facebook page and I'll still go to your inbox and send it to you. Don't be sad, my sisters. I just wanted you to see what I was selling. Konga came, Jumia came. I jumped on that platform because I was just looking for anywhere I could sell. Even the fact that on Jumia, on Konga, they were taking bulk of the money, bulk of my profit, but I didn't mind. I just wanted to establish PDF hair name. If you look for me in Gigi, you will see my account. OLXO, I did. Konga, I did. Jumia, I did. I was just everywhere pushing that business, trying to, create that name. Facebook people got used to me and got tired of asking me if everything was okay. And what happened? They started doing what I was doing. Today, they call me Jagaban on Facebook. And where did that name come from? It came from the fact that I was among the first people who started this Facebook marketplace, selling on Facebook. Now, Facebook is like a marketplace. Everybody is selling them. Well, I was doing Konga, Jumia, and all of those things, despite the fact that I wasn't making enough money from it. But I just needed to. I just needed to put myself out there. But do you know what happened? In the future, I realized that when I started growing, I didn't need this platform anymore. So I closed my accounts there. I started becoming a name. People started identifying with PDF hairs, knowing me. And then I want to talk about challenges that would come. I would say that I have been here without facing challenges. And one of the major challenges that I have faced in this business is people trusting me. Because the truth is, I was doing everything I was doing in the comfort of, not even a comfort, in my one room, in my room in the house. That is where I was selling from. That is where I was marketing from. That is where my sewing machine is. I would sew, I would revamp, I would style, I would package, I would do everything inside that one room. Why? Because the truth is, I couldn't afford to go and pay rent. I just said to myself that the day I'm going to leave this room, I'll be moving into my own apartment owned by PDFS. And it's also a good thing. I want to tell starters, especially entrepreneurs, if you're starting a business, please, you don't need to go and start incurring debts, especially when you're starting. Please start from the comfort of your home. Start from that little space and grow. Start from that little place and grow. You have the tools now. There is social media, there is TikTok, there is Facebook, there is Instagram, there is WhatsApp status. Make use of these platforms. I will tell you something. I can't remember the last time I have been to the market to shop. A lot of people are shopping online. So you have to be there. I see people say, oh, but I'm not selling. I'm not selling. Please make use of these tools and be consistent. You're definitely going to break even. The second challenge I had hit me bad on this journey is exchange rate. You know, somebody, when I started this business, dollar was about 120 naira. Okay. And then before I knew it, there's this particular year that dollar moved from 200 to 400 to 800 to 1,000, and this is where we are. Dollar is between 1.5 and 1.6 as of today. What is that doing to the business? What it does to the business is dollar moves from 200 to 400. It breaks your purchasing power. You know, it breaks down your capital. What it does is, if you're able to buy 10 hairs, you can only maybe buy 5. And what is that telling you? It is pointing you down. If you're able to buy 20 hairs, you can only buy 10 as dollar is increasing. And the only things that can save you is if you have savings somewhere that you can pump back into the business. And again, increase as dollar price, your prices go higher as dollar prices are going higher. But these things happen suddenly. And if you're not prepared for it, you cannot, get out of it. I want to talk about the things that you need to do this quarter if you've not started doing them. Learning a skill. Some people don't even know what to do, and especially the fact that they don't have the money and they cannot do a business of buying and selling, but you can learn a skill. There are so many skills that require zero capital to start. A lot of skills that require zero capital to start. All you need to do is maybe pay to be trained on it. You see, wigging, this wig that I'm wearing, just to make this wig is money. The company that I partner with, that I collaborate, that just wigs this hair, I pay them. When they send their bill here, it runs into millions. These are skills, things that you can just use your hand to sew, or just a sewing machine. How much is a sewing machine? Please learn a skill. There are so many skills out there. Baking, fashion, see what fashion designers are doing. And don't be shy about whatever thing you're doing. I have seen women mechanics. Oh, I have seen them. Just learn a skill, learn something. Even if it means barbing, even if it's photography, if it's digital, if it's editing, video editing. Okay, even if it's content creation, even if you're somebody who has a great sense of humor, you can go into content creation and start earning money online. You should be able to create, look at pinpoint skills, a whole lot of skills online, and pick something and learn. Do not let this quarter pass you by if you've not started anything without learning something. And beautiful thing now is most of the people who are known for these skills or known for these businesses now have classes where you can be charged a little and you come in and learn. Please go and learn a skill. All right. And then when you do this, put in the work and show up every day. I was showing up every day to be here where I am today. I remember people who put me down, who didn't want to do anything with me, who don't want to relate with me because of course, my dear, I was so aggressive. They don't want to see me on their timeline, but today they want to identify with me. If I had given up, or if I had allowed the things they said to me put me down, I won't be where I am. And please remember, as you're building, passive income is very important. The income that you make without even participating. It doesn't require so much effort from you. I sell hair, but my business masterclass is a passive income because it's just something by the side. Today, my Facebook account is monetized. It's a passive income. Yesterday, I get paid every 25th of the month, and I earn in dollars. And I wouldn't be here if I didn't make myself visible on Facebook. I received my payment yesterday. I just smiled. It's a passive income. Facebook pays me for every content I put out. It's a passive income. So there are so many passive incomes that you can do, especially for me. I go and collaborate on Facebook. I see the other time I did a video editing class with a pro. It's a passive income. All I needed to do was make people register, use my platform, because I already have over 200,000 followers, to fill up people in the class, and then I get my cut. It's a passive income. I wasn't the one who was teaching, but I collaborated and I got that passive income. So while you're building, passive incomes are so, so important. It helps you. It's the money that you don't stress over. So those money can, those money can take care of the little bills where your main business will be there. There is another thing I want to talk about. Please, when you're building a business, don't be in a hurry to jump into another business. I see people talk about having different streams of income. That's beautiful. But please do not make the mistake I made. I was building my hair business and I just woke up one day and decided to go and start writing, a logistic business. And I opened PDF Logistics. I thought to myself, okay, since we have a lot of customers, why not open a logistic business and then let them be delivering the hair? Why? Okay, I can also use it to serve, it's a service for other people and earn money. That business didn't stand for 1 year and it folded and I lost all the money there. Because the truth is, first, I didn't even learn about the business. I just thought it was buying ride and employing riders. I didn't know that business can kill you. You see that logistic business? Those riders, they can actually snuff life out of you, honestly. I was running mad managing that business. So I had to close it down and sold off the bikes, of course, the ones that they have damaged and all of those things. So please, while building this business, focus on what you have done before even branching out. And do not let people discourage you. Don't be shy. I see people say, oh, but Linda, I'm shy to come out to talk. I can't speak English. If you cannot speak English, write in Pidgin. If you cannot speak in Pidgin, speak it in your local language. Do not be shy. If you're shy, my sister, you will not make this money. Put yourself out there. Be on their faces like I did. I was on everyone's faces until now people want me to be even around them. It wasn't an easy journey because I can tell you that for free that I had seen where, that's how we say it in this business. And to talk about me being a mother, managing my duty as a wife, as a mom, and pushing this business to make sure that I don't fail in it. It's not something you want to see. And one thing you should also do is please look for, while you're pushing your business, look for platforms that can help you. If it means talking to influencers and paying them, pay. Use Facebook adverts to push your business. Do digital marketing, create content. Now, everybody that is selling on social media is automatically a content creator. You will see me do things because the truth is people will get tired of the products that you show them every day and they want to see some other thing. So you blend it. Today you can make put up a humorous post, do something, act up something, and then tomorrow you're posting. And it still boils down to don't be shy. Shyness doesn't put food on your table. Please make sure that you try as much as possible to break away from being shy, to break away from, because if you're shy, you can't do nothing. I used to be an introvert. And when I say people are like, it's a lie. I used to be an introvert, but this business brought me out because I have to be out. I have to speak. I have to talk. I have to make myself seen. It has the advantages and it has the disadvantages, right? Because at some point I was putting out also my family out there a lot. And why was I doing it? I wanted to gain trust. That point, I would market people and people would tell me, call me scammer. Online scammer, where did you say your shop is at? I didn't have a shop. And I would tell them, I'm selling from my house. Oh, okay, will you do pay on delivery? I'm like, how will I do pay on delivery? For goodness sake, I'm in Lagos and the PH. Next thing, the person will write scammer and block me. These things hurt, but I didn't stop. What I did was instead I started putting out my family contents, pictures, videos, so that people will know that, oh, this person actually is existing somewhere. She has a family, and then that trust started coming. It came to a point I had an agreement with a rider to, please, since people don't trust me, can you be collecting my money when you deliver? I did payment on delivery at some point. Anything to make sure that I conquer every challenge that I had. I did it. And then the ones that I couldn't conquer, I let them go. I know that it's only a matter of time. When I grow so much, when I focus on my business and I grow so much, these people will come back to me. Today, I don't even do payment or delivery anymore. But what is still consistent is my consistency. I still haven't reduced the energy at which I push my business. I haven't reduced the energy at which I push my business. This business has taught me a lot of things. Resilience. It has taught me to be dogged. It has taught me to be patient. When we were buying these hairs, we were counting our money and giving to flyers that fly from Nigeria to the country that these hairs come from, China, Vietnam, to pay in cash. I've had situations where they run away with my money. I've had situations where they won't even pay my suppliers and I don't get my goods. I have faced different challenges, but each time, what do? I don't sit down there and spend the rest of the day crying over those losses. I pick myself up and I move again. So when you have any challenge in your business, which definitely would come, we don't pray for it. Remember that I said, do not dwell there crying. Pick up yourself and move and learn to balance. If you're not married, good. You at least 50% of your worries out. If you're married and you have kids, it is difficult to combine all of these things, but you can. And while you grow, you can let your money work for you. You can get a nanny to do the things that you should be doing at home and focus more on your business. Create a time, create a balance. And I tell you, you will get there. You don't need to be discouraged. And when you are at this, when you're doing this and growing, don't forget to lend a hand. This is something that I did that has put me out. I was growing and I was pulling other people up. I used my platform not just to grow my business, I used it to grow the businesses of so many people. I have lost count. Small businesses. As I was getting followers, I was advertising my business. I was advertising freely for other people. I created a chain reaction. When I do these things, it comes back to pay me because these people also want to pay me back. But the only way they can pay me back is to also promote my businesses. So as I am pulling them, they are also pushing me up. And it is important to do that. When I did that, I didn't have the intention of them helping me. But I realized it is a ripple effect from what I have done, from, lifting other people up, from pushing other people while I was growing. I did that because I didn't want to only be on that space. I want other people to grow. But it became a force now, and we have PDF women everywhere in Nigeria now. They have started forming groups. They have a lot of groups in different states doing great things because one person, pulled them up. And it's a ripple effect. When they see you're pulling, they're also pulling others. They are also helping others. And it is forming a community of great women supporting each other. And that is why they call me Queen Maker on Facebook. Simply because I have made businesses from zero, right, to millionaires. A whole lot of them. From zero to millionaires. And how do I pick on them? I see you struggle with visibility, but you show up every day. What I do is pick up what you sell, come to my ball, and advertise it for free. All right? And so when you're growing, create that as well. Pull other people up. I didn't say go and start giving them money. Yeah, there are times when I gave money, but just by putting out their businesses there, you're helping that queen adjust her crown and stand. It will come back positively to you, and that is what it did to me. So please, I'll leave about I'll leave this part, and okay. Finally, I want to talk about collaboration. Please remember that you can't do it alone. When you get people who you can collaborate with, do not have that scarcity mindset. Collaborate with people, do with people, combine with people. Two heads is better than one. All right. I needed to talk about financial freedom, but my sister Obi had already done everything there, being financially independent and what it can do for you. But there's something I want to chip: purposeful spending. When you become financially independent, you can use your money to support the values and goals that you believe in. That's why you see Dangote, them, all these big people, they have foundation that they donate millions of money to. Now, the power of money lies not in its accumulation, but in its strategic development to create a lasting impact. You can be packing money, but what impact is that money going to be? It is not in accumulating it. It is in making, strategic development to create lasting impact. And finally, money is a tool, not a goal. Money is a tool, not a goal. Use it wisely to build a future that benefits both yourself and the world around you. Thank you. I will stop here, Ijoma, and I hope I have, talked about this money part.
Thank you so much. Sorry, I had to push you to tell your story.
Yes, of course.
Yes,
It's part of why I'm here.
yeah, because it's really quite inspiring. And I'm going to take a few questions here. A lot of people were dropping in a lot of questions in the chat.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to direct the ones that are for you first, then I'll send the rest, okay?
Okay.
So there's a book you mentioned. They're asking you for the name of the book. Then two, there's a woman that is into business here. She lost her money and she wants to know how to regain her capital back. Then three, I want you to talk about the hair importation business. I can see a lot of people talking about it. People have gone for the training, others don't want to go. And I'm saying, go get the money and pay for it. Okay, so talk about these three things and I'll take the next question.
Okay, the book is Who Moved My Cheese? That's the name.
Okay.
Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson. That book was given to me like how many years ago now? Maybe like almost 15 years. And the book is talking about, I think, adapting to changes and how we react to it. There's these two mice, all right, what do you call them? Yeah, they always get cheese at a particular spot every day. Every day they come to that spot, their cheese is there. And someday they woke up and they realized that that cheese has been moved to somewhere else. Now, one of them buried itself there. Like he didn't even bother to go and check if I can find the cheese elsewhere. He was there every day crying over that cheese, over the milk, spilled milk. But some of them now moved out to go and check if they can find the cheese elsewhere. That book is impactful, but the book is a pointer to the fact that your job has ended for me, because of course the bank didn't come to tell me they are ending. They're telling me to get ready for a massive change. All right, to get ready for a massive change, which is my cheese being taken away. And of course, immediately I saw that book, I know where they were going to. So the name of the book is Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson. And then the second question is someone who have lost her money and is asking for how she can get back the money. The truth is, it depends on how you lost the money. Was it stolen, or were you scammed? Or is it something you can make a report to the police and they recover? Or is it the type that we lost? Because me, I went to go and
The
do
money has gone. It's not police
some
matter
silly
again. The
investments.
money don't
Okay,
go.
it has gone. Now the truth is, it has gone. It has gone. It has go, like we say. You cannot recover the money, but you can start building back the money. You can work towards building back this money. Do you have any investments? If your business is dependent on this capital, that is where investments fall back. Your properties, do you have any land anywhere? Do you have something you can sell and get some money and kickstart again? Like I tell people, I love to buy gold, not because I like to spend money, but it's an investment for me that can convert to cash immediately. Gold is something you can want the money value today and you get it. So do you have such? If you don't have such investment, if you don't have anything that you can go back to, fall back to, then my sister, you're going to start afresh. You're going to start afresh. And starting afresh means you can start drop shipping. What I mean is, if, example, you're buying hair to sell and you no longer have any money to buy and sell, you can talk to the suppliers and say, okay, can I please be posting these hairs? If I get a deal, I'll collect the money, pay you, take some cuts, and then supply them. That's the fastest means you can recover. You can start drop shipping. You can start reselling without capital. Drop shipping has its own issues, but it's something you're willing to deal with until you bounce back. When you start drop shipping with time, you can start gaining back capitals in bits and start buying. But one thing I want to tell you is please don't give up. Do not dwell on that money that you have lost. It has gone. Dust yourself up and move on and push. All right. And then the third question is, what's the third question? The Hair Business Masterclass.
So talk to us about it.
So the Hair Business Masterclass is basically a class where I teach people the A to Z of my business. When I started this masterclass, a lot of people came to me to say, Linda, don't do this. Why are you teaching people the secret of your business? They will take over your business. And that is where this scarcity mindset comes in. The sky is big enough. They can't take over my business. Do you know how many people selling hair? It still doesn't stop us from making sales every day. But I insisted because I'm looking at other things. I'm looking at empowering people and I'm looking at the income. Because of course, yes, why not? A business that like we've had people up to 200 people register for that business at once for the masterclass that we bill 80 to 100,000 naira per class. It is money for me, while I am also empowering you. So I teach you everything you need to know, from how to identify human hair, to making wigs, to revamping them. You will learn how to sew wigs via machine with your hands, to revamping this hair. These are different sources of income in one business. And above all, you're still going to get contacts from where I buy these hairs and I sell them. I will teach you how to make profits selling hair, something that nobody taught me. That is why my own mistakes like this full ground, because nobody taught me anything. I dabbled into the business and I learned in it. I made my mistakes and I learned. But you see people who attended this hair business masterclass, they're all doing well because they didn't make mistakes. They already entered equipped. So the business is teaching you basically everything that I do, and how you can create different sources of income from this same business. There are people who have attended my hair business that are not selling hair. They just pick the wigging part, or pick the hair ventilation part, or pick the revamping part. Revamping doesn't even cost you how much to start the business. All right? So why I love skills so much is skills do not require so much for you to start earning money. Please, if you don't have a skill, even if you're 8 to 9 person, you're in the corporate world, please learn one skill. Skill is something nobody can take away from you. Once it is in you, it is in you, and you can use it anywhere. I want to talk about what this skill did for me. When I went to the US to have my baby, the first thing I put in my box was my mannequin. All right? It's somewhere there, a needle and a thread. How much is the mannequin? How much is a needle and a thread? That was the first thing that entered my box. This mannequin, needle, and a thread fetched me over $4,000 when I was coming back. Because I arrived in the US and I announced on my Facebook page, please, if you have wigs for me to sew for you, I am in so address. If you want to revamp your dirty wigs, come here. And you know, in the US, people charge them so much for this. So I was charging half the price with my big belly. I have posted this story and pictures. With my big belly, I'll sit down all day sewing these wigs, revamping people's hair. But the thing is, each time they hit my account, each time they're done, that's the first time I was earning dollars. Each time I see their dollar in my account, I smile. I'm so happy. I came back earning much more than we spent. I spent traveling. So please, skill is something that you can move with. Skill is something you can go and start anywhere. If I want to start selling hair maybe I relocate to Canada, it will take me time now before I will register with the government, get a store or get someplace or put myself. But skill, if you take me to anywhere in the world, all I need to do is my needle and my thread. I can sew your hair. I can revamp your wig. I can wash it. I can plait it. I can do this. I can do that. And that's why skill is necessary. It's a necessity. So I think I've taken the 3 questions.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. So I'll
You're
put up 2 more questions and
Okay.
we'll now go to the 3rd session. Okay, so we have 1 more session coming up. And that session, remember, we said that we need you to map out your Q2 action plan. So that's the last exercise I we're going to do. And we're very brief with it. Because it's one thing to listen and come back after 1 month and we're still telling the same story. So we don't really want it. Okay, so I have a question for Crystal. If you're still here, Crystal, are you here? The question is, I keep looking focus. I keep losing focus. How do I maintain it? So Crystal, if you're here, you can take it. Then
Yes,
good.
that's such a good question. And it goes back to one of the things that I really focus on is having a long-term strategy, not just a quarter goal or even a year goal, but having a 5-year goal. I usually use 5 years and 10 years as markers to figure out where is it that I want to be in 5 years and where do I want to be in 10 years. And so I've used every decade of my life to see where I am as milestones. And so when you have those bigger milestones, then you can create integral points where you can see where you are along those milestones. And so it helps you to stay focused because you can focus on small wins. And that's one of the things that is going to keep you when you look at having longer term goals, but you have, I guess you can call them KPIs or key performance indicators, like those metrics that let you know that you're working closer towards your goals, one that keeps you focused. And then the second thing is to have an accountability partner, which is similar to what I said earlier, to help you to keep on your goals. So somebody that you check in with and somebody who's also on a similar journey to you that can help you to stay focused on your goals as well would be a second thing that I would share. And then the third thing is know when to adjust your goals, know when to pivot, and know when to make those adjustments.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is loaded. Okay, so please, Crystal, can you put your links in the
Yes.
chat so that we can pick them up? Okay, she has a very powerful coaching program, and I would like you to check it out. Okay. So I have a question for Sophie, and the question is, I have a problem finding people to collaborate. That's Sophie. Sandra, this question is for you. I'm a radiographer and I need to make more money. My income is limited. Sandra, answer. Then Obi, I want to know more about financial instruments. Okay, this one will be a big course. So Obi, just give us in 1 minute, okay, maybe financial instruments people can invest in. Then Sophia will give us the answer on collaboration. Then Sandra on working on limited income. Okay, so Sophie, over to you.
Thank you so much. I saw that question, okay, IJ, and once again, thank you for the privilege and opportunity. I remember the last time I had a program 2 years ago, two weeks ago, we talked a lot on that collaboration. So I spoke on some of the mistakes people make when they want to collaborate. And that is why they don't really collaborate and, they lose collaboration. I remember saying that number one is you rush into collaboration. I say you don't need to rush into collaboration. Why? Because there's a process that collaboration takes for it to happen. So you don't rush into it. Perhaps that is one of the problem. So I remember saying under that rushing into collaboration, there is an ABC process you have to go through to truly collaborate. And I remember number one, talked about, connection. When you meet somebody, for the first time, you connect. And then hello, hi, maybe you went for a program, you went for a seminar, then you connect with the person. And sometimes people leave, exchange card, it never goes beyond that. Beyond the connection, that's the connection, that's not collaboration. Because then you pick up your call the next day, I met you the other place, I sell this business, please come and patronize me. Some people will block you. Oh, please, I need this money. Some people will give you as one-off and they will never talk to you again, just to let you go. Then you go beyond the connection, you enter interaction. Sometimes you may have to interact with somebody for a year to build trust. So there is this interaction that happens, which is the second part of it. So you go beyond connection, talk to the person, make friends, get to know the person. Are your visions aligning? Are the objectives the same? Can I trust this person? Is she going where I'm going? And all that. In that process of interaction, you're trying to build trust. And eventually you end up in the place of building trust. And then in the place of building trust, that is when collaboration happens. And I remember giving an example that I've had to talk to somebody I met online for 1 year for us to become friends. In fact, by the time we met ourselves in a physical way, we thought we'd been friends forever because we've been interacting. So maybe you should check it. Are you rushing into collaboration? Are you going through the entire process to ensure that collaboration happens and build trust? And then, so I think I will end at this. And then, you can reach out to me. If you have my, follow me, reach out to me to better explain what the issues are so I don't take much time. Thank you.
That's powerful. So please, please just resend your links on the chat so that they can reach out to you. Now, if you notice,
I'm sending it now. The link is there. You can follow me and then reach out to me.
We're collaborating because I'm an architect and one person doesn't build a house. Okay, so we have engineers, we have architects, mechanical, structural. So we have all these women contributing different things to help you build capacity for the next 90 days. So ensure you have their links, follow them, okay, and let's see what will come out of your projects in the next 90 days. Okay, so Sandra, somebody is a radiographer. That's a paid income. And we're now talking about how to make more money. So what do you have to tell her?
Okay, am I loud and clear? Can you hear me?
Very well.
So if you are, to the person who's asked the question about how else can they make money, so let's look at one or two variables here. Number one, you have a job. So that means there's an income. I wouldn't ask how much, nobody needs to know, but we can strategize around that. So you have a job, that means you are cash rich. There's an assumption I'll need to make. If it was somebody else that posed a question, like one or two of the girls online saying that they're starting literally from ground zero, we would term them to be cash poor. But in your situation, the variable is that you're cash rich. So you're cash rich. So there are one or two other questions I can ask, but just very quickly, off the top of my head, suggestions I would make. Things like buying into a franchise, things like property investment, buy to let, Airbnb. And these days, you don't have to own the property to use the property as Airbnb. Things like setting up an e-com business. E-com business could be for a digital product or for a digital service. You know, it can be for a digital product or a physical product. And then you will have to rationalize around, okay, if it's a digital product or non-digital product, how do I sell it? If it's social media sales you want to pursue, which of the very many social media channels are you conversant with, or would you rather start from that works with your personality? We always believe you start from what you know. So perhaps you're a Facebook person, it makes sense to at least start from that than going to learn maybe TikTok or X, which you know nothing about and have no account in. So for a cash rich person, luxury rental services. Linda just mentioned an array, a sleuth of hands-on experiences that she has had during her life cycle as a domain expert in the hair business. I dare suggest maybe even things like renting wigs. Or this is regardless of market. There are girls in London that will rent wigs, you know, and I live in London. There are girls in America that will rent wigs. You don't need to necessarily, and there are wigs that girls pay serious money for. When you look at £1,000 wig, $1,000 wig, a £500 wig, you know them. And yes, there are girls that wouldn't have any problems renting those, in the same way that some girls, you know, rent bags and rent shoes. Yes. Things like restaurant or cafe, beauty salon or spa. A friend of mine, she owns 2 hairdressing salons, and she is not doing very well with the physical locations. And one of the businesses I suggested to her was, listen, you're a hair person, been in this business for 20, 30 years. At this level, we should be calling people like you hair professor. So what did I rationalize? I said to her, pivot from being a physical business, pivot to being a service business.
Wow, that's powerful.
So pivot from being the type of hairdresser people walk to on a Saturday morning. You take the business to people's houses. There are girls in London, a particular case study. One girl is making 12k pounds a month. Play. The girl has built a team in London and teams around key cities and all over England. She now takes her teams to those places. That's this idea.
What I can take from here is that there are several opportunities. So I just think she needs to dig deep and find out what else she can do.
You need to dig deep and find out what else you can do. But what I'm going to do on my Facebook page to support this question, not just for the cash rich people, but for the cash poor people, the time rich people, and time poor people, is render quite a few things on the list, and I'm going to put them up on my Facebook page. So I'm going to put up my Facebook information so you can follow me and see that list. And
so put it there. Yeah. Thank you so much. So Obi, we have one more question for you, and just mention 3 kind of investments that we can make so that somebody is asking what they can do. You said, I want to know more about mutual fund, where and how to open the account. So maybe you can send us details. How do we contact you for those interested in this investment?
Okay, so I've put my details on board. And, you know, mutual funds, like the person has asked, is one of the easiest ones to start with, especially if you don't have any knowledge of digital instruments, you know, because with investment, your goal is not to lose money. For me, that's my mantra. Don't lose money. You need to add on to the money, not losing it. So funds, like the person is one of our ones to start with, especially if you don't have any knowledge of digital instruments, you know, because with investments, your goal is not to lose money. For me, that's my mantra. Don't lose money. You need to add money.
You have 2 systems.
It's one of our ones to start with, especially if you don't have any knowledge of digital instruments, you know, because with investments, your goal is not to lose money. For me, that's my mantra. Don't lose money. You need to add money.
You have 2 systems.
It's one of our ones to start with, especially if you don't have any knowledge of digital instruments.
I was just going to jump in to say something that question about how to get started on mutual funds I was watching the chat, came from about 3, 4, and if 3, 4 people are even writing it, that means there's about 20 women here or 20 people who would like that information. Obi, if you're listening, and I'll pick it up with you in our WhatsApp group, I think you need to set up about how to workshop for that. Is she here? She's not here. That question, quite a few women were asking it, so I would dare to suggest that. That's just my 2 pence on it.
Hello, can you hear me now? I had to log out because I was hearing myself. So yes, as I was saying, just basically don't lose money. We can't use this short time here to talk about instruments, but one of the things I recommend investments wise is mutual funds if you have zero knowledge, real estate, but make sure you do your due diligence. And if you don't have enough money to do it on your own, think about collaborating with other people, and then treasury bills and government bonds. And just let me use a very short time to just add to one of the responses provided by Crystal about staying focused. In addition to what she said, one of the things that will help you also to stay focused is to have a vision board. So you have a long-term goal, like you said, break it down into shorter, manageable milestones that you think you can achieve. Put it on a vision board that you see every day. That will help you keep focused. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. We'll be rounding up now. So if you have any more questions, please put it into the chat. Okay, so this is the last exercise we're going to do. Now, remember, this is a boot camp, okay? So people go for trainings and come back the same, and this is not what we want, okay? So you're going to have to make a commitment in the next 90 days, okay? So today is, this is the end of April, so May, June, July. By the end of July, what will be your story? So that's what we're interested in here, okay? So we're going to do that exercise now. So I believe by now you must have gained clarity on your next step and business. Please go through the groups, the chat session to pick up the links. We'll also send them by email and also send it to the WhatsApp group. Okay. So I believe you must have gained clarity on your next step. So if you're a business person here, you know what to do. If you're a career person here, you know what to do. Now, anytime we're seeking growth, it means there's a gap. Okay, either there's loss of clarity, overwhelm, mindset blocks, and lack of systems. Now, the person that has lost money, if you don't change your mindset to like, fine, I've lost money, I can make it back, you're going to be stuck for a very long time. So you're going to look at what in your life is keeping you stuck. I used to be stuck. I'm telling you the truth, seriously stuck until I started changing my mindset. And as I started changing it, I grew. I used to be a career person, worked for like over 14 years before I pivoted to business, okay? And it's my mindset growth that has been helping me. The things I believe I can do, I can do. And that's the difference you can see in the ladies speaking today. They believe in what is possible and they're doing it, okay? So I want you to check your workbook. What are the limitations? What's limiting you? Is it that you don't have experience? Go and get experience. Is it that you don't have support? People are putting in that chat group, I'm a mom. I have a video on YouTube called Moms Means Business. Go and watch it. All the speakers here are moms. Okay, my kids are in the university now too. One is still in secondary school, and I'm doing my business. Even when they were small, I also had my career running. So you can have a fulfilled life. Do you understand? Because let me go spiritual. If you get to heaven, you're not going to tell God that it's because he gave you children. Isn't that supposed to be a blessing? Okay, so we need to look at our mindset blocks. So what is it limiting you? Where you are now and where you want to be at the end of 3 months, what do you think the issue is? So put it down. I'll put in the group a workbook. So you're going to use that workbook. I beg you, we're going to close soon. But when we close, use the workbook, okay, and fill out the things that you need, okay? Now, see what happens to you. I need you to see the picture. This is where you are and where you want to be. What you need is a bridge, but most of us are making ourselves the bridge, okay? You're not the bridge. You need to find out the systems you need. Are there trainings you need? Do you need partnership? What do you need? Do you need mentorship? Do you need coaches? Do you need courses? Do you need new networks? So you need to find out what exactly is that bridge you need to construct there between, it can happen in May, it can happen in June, it can happen in July. But I beg you, let that construction start this month. Okay? Whatever needs to be done, let it be done. Okay? So that is one. I talked about gaining clarity on your next step. What do you need to do? Can you put down on paper what are the 3 things I need to do? For somebody here, you may need to follow up Crystal and learn more about your mission. You may need to follow up Sophia because you need a push factor. You may also need to get into Linda's course because you have skill with marketing, or you need a product. You can get in there. Or you can talk to Sandra. You need to touch up your IT skill, and all that. So put out exactly what you need to do. That's one. Then secondly, the second thing I promised you is that you need to grow your income and also grow your influence. There are things you can do to grow your income. Some of them will mention them. For me, what I do to grow my income is that because I'm doing a high ticket business, I'm an architect, I'm a project manager, and people don't give you a job on Facebook. So my story is different. Okay. So I go to where those high ticket clients are. Okay. So there was a month, my goal was to be a member of Ikoyi Club. I had to join Ikoyi Club. Okay. There are some other circles I needed to join because the people that pay such monies are there. So for you in this meeting, where is your client? Is your client on Facebook? Go there. Are they on Instagram? Go there. Are they in Abuja? Go there. I know where my clients are. I go there. So you need to look at what are the things I'm going to do. Okay? So it could be expanding your professional network. It could be building your personal brand. People need to trust you. It could be learning a new skill. Okay, so that's for career people and business owner. Then for business people, you need to make an offer. What are you selling? Who knows what you're selling? I remember when I started, I put up a web page, opened my office. Nobody came after 1 year. Why? The fact that you have a website doesn't mean that everybody locates you as a business. No. They only look for people they know. Linda has built a brand, and that's why everybody is around her. Okay, so I expect you here. Your number one headache for the next 30 days, 90 days, should to build either your business brand or your personal brand. Okay, so when any of us on this group now is organizing a program in that area, I want you to join it. It could be free, it could be paid. I really don't know, but I'm trying my best. This is free. I know you've gotten value, but just watch out on the platform. Any other training that can help you build your brand, please get in there and join it. Okay, so write out 3 things I'm going to do to boost my income. 3 things I'm going to do to boost my influence. I gave you a workbook. Write it down. I beg you. You can type it in the chat group. Okay, type it in the chat group. What are the 3 things you're going to do? Part of what I was going to do is networking, and I'm doing it heavily. Okay? So we're going to the next thing we promised you. Okay, so this is bonus on income and all that. You have to own your strategy. You have to serve your audience well, and all that. So the next one is, I promised you, is that you're going to have to overcome your mental blocks. I believe that a lot of you here are overcoming those mental blocks. If you had met me maybe 5 years ago, or not 5, maybe 20 years ago, I used to be melancholy. You will never see me on screen. Some of the people here are surprised to see me talking. I'm a changed person. So if you think you're that kind of person that I like to sit at the back, is your village people that are pursuing you. Even Jesus never sat at the back. He was always at the marketplace. He was always in the wedding. He was where people are. So that lie you must break. So what are the beliefs that are limiting you? Is it fear? You're afraid of what people will say. Is that why you will not sell your market? Is that why you will not do a live? Is that why you will not go into that office? So what is it? Is it self-doubt? If I do a poll now, a lot of people here are doubting their capacity. Please believe in yourself. We have a program, but maybe I'll talk about it later. You need to rewrite your story. Who are you? Do you know the way you perceive yourself is the way people perceive you? If you have a negative perception about yourself, you're going to have the same. Nobody is going to perceive you, take you seriously. Okay, so some of us is about thinking. You keep going for programs. You keep writing down. How many have you taken action on? Then you keep, that overthinking can give you a headache, but you don't get anything out of it. Sometimes it could be comparison. It could be past experiences. It could be guilt. So all these things, our mind was procrastination. You keep saying, how many of you said you'll do it in January? You're going to launch that business. And this is April. Before you know it is December. So I want you to pick out those 3 things that have been limiting you. We're going to crush it today. And when you write it down, you say, fear, I'm not scared anymore. I'm going live. Procrastination, So those things today, I'm doing them. So look at these things, okay, and put them down on your paper. Now, I have this, sorry, I like using slides because I like pictures, okay? Now, I said you should set limits and not goals. Do you know some of us, because of our mindsets, we keep setting limits for ourselves, okay? And there's no way you will move forward. The Bible tells me, sorry, I'm a Christian, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So I start to rewind back. My current state is as a result of my thoughts, life, and my thinking. And that is why I'm working strongly on your belief. What are your thoughts? What are your beliefs? How are they limiting you? Okay? So if you still entertain those thoughts, you will push down your vehicle. It will not start. I'm not joking. You need to free your mind. You need to think what is possible. Sorry, I'm moving back to the Bible. What will make Jesus enter water? Big fish, open it and collect money. Oh, for goodness sake, he had a free mind and knew that money could come from anywhere. So you that you're thinking that it's only your maybe career. No, please, we can make money from water. We can make money from the air. We can make money from the land. The person that put aircraft into the air, it was this kind of mindset. So I beg you, in the next 90 days, what kind of mindset, possibility mindset, what can you do? What can you deliver? Who can you attract? A lot of people here are models for you. You can make up your mind. By December, I'll be like Linda. By December, I'll be like Sophie. By August, I'll be like Sandra. By May, I'll be like Crystal. By June, I'll be like IJ. What is your goal? Are you setting goals? Are you setting limits? I mean it though. I used to set limits for myself. Okay? Because of the thoughts that I used to have. Okay? So I sent you power questions that you need to ask yourself. I'll send it later in the group. By the time you start asking these power questions, it will start recalibrating your mind. Sometimes you don't even know what is limiting you. But by the time you start answering these questions, you now notice that, I never thought this way before. Could this be that problem? Expand your thoughts. Start thinking, start having a new thinking pattern, creativity pattern, possibility pattern, growth mindset. What is possible? What can I do? Do you know creativity is the mother of all inventions? If you can believe it, too, if you can see it, you can have it. I started working on my visioning long ago. How many of you are working on your visioning? Do you know let me even gist you. I have my vision board close to me. So 1 year, is everyone still here? Sorry, I can't show you. It's on my wall. I put on pictures, okay? Now, part of one of the things, I was believing God for a car then. It was a Kia. I didn't even know the car I put there. I just put the car there. 3 months later, a lot of things happened. They flew in the car from US. I sat down, I laid down, I was lying down. I'm a Christian once more, and the Holy Ghost ministered to me and said, look at this picture. And I looked at it. He said, look well. And I look at what? Jonah looked at it. I was like, this is the same brand of car I have. He said, no, look again. He said, look at the brand. I looked at the brand. He said, look at the year. I Googled the year. Do you know I produced what I was seeing? And since then, I've not relented in monitoring the things that come before my eyes. I beg you, what pictures are you going to set before yourself in the next 30 days, in the next 50 days? Remember that story about Jacob? If animals can produce based on the power of vision, then what of you? The reason why most of us are not working is that there's no picture that we're looking at. I love what Crystal said. She said your mission is your mirror. And I'm going to write it down. If you have your mission before you every day, you're going to make progress towards that destination. So I want to encourage you, that PDF document I gave you, what is the picture you're seeing for the next 3 months? Put it down, okay? Then the last one is you need to connect with visionary women. Okay, so we're now in this group. If you've not, now I'm going to flog some people here today. Since we started this program, have you gone into the chat group? Have you looked at who to connect with? Do you know your connection is the solution to your destination? It's people that know you that bring you up. Have you gone to check in the chat group? Who is there? What are they saying there? You just sit down on your own and you think it's all about yourself. There's going to be a lot of trouble. Okay, so anytime I'm going to, okay, I put it here for you, how to connect at events and all that. So you can screenshot this. I'm telling you this because this is what has worked for me. I'm working in a male-dominated field and I'm doing well. But there are some things I cannot say online. That's why I'm trying to condition my speech. Okay, but when I'm doing well, I'm happy. So there are certain things you need to do. Do them. I used to be very shy. Now, when I went to LBS, they thought they wanted to make me social, whatever. And I'm like, who that social? But you know what that did for me? I was like, that means I'm improving. I was in Jos. There's this program organized by the presidency. They wanted to also make me social. I was like, who dash me social? I just told myself, that means you're improving. So if you're here, you're flag, you're male, break that thing. It's not going to work, okay? So now I'm going to go into the same exercise. We're doing 3 things, okay? Those 3, okay, before now, this is your wheel of life. Some of you know it. If you want to use it, fine. After the meeting, go ahead with it. But because I'm focusing on mindset, money, and mission, those are the 3 departments we're going to look at. What's your mindset level? Is it low? From reading the charts, a lot of us, our mindset level is too low. Our problems have so dealt with us that we cannot see light. It's time to break it. Now, I like traveling because I'm an architect. And when I travel out of the country, if I tell you countries, you will not believe it. But I travel a lot. I travel because I can't create what I've not seen. Okay? So I go, I see things, I come back and I reproduce them. But some of us, the only thing we see is trouble. Our business is not working. The economy is bad. Tinubu is our problem. Who told you? People are still harvesting money. All these ladies here are harvesting money. That's why I brought them. But they will not make noise. And you will harvest money this season if you organize your mindset. So that's the first thing. What's your mindset level? Is it at 4? My mindset level, I can put it at 7 because there's still room for improvement. There are things I'm targeting, serious things. I need to start thinking like those people. Okay? I want to enter hundreds of billion flows. I need to think the way they are thinking. Do you know there's some kind of money that will enter your account, you cannot sleep? Oh, for goodness sake, it has happened to me. You think that they will knock at your door, EFCC will call you. No, now, because you've not expanded. So you need to expand your mindset, your current level. So where do you want to take it to? If it's on a 1, some of you here is on a 1. If I see you physically, I'll tell you. Move it to 3. Have a gauge. So what must I do? So let me tell you what I do for mindset. I do affirmations. I do morning walks, and I'm talking to myself. You can do this. Before I came to this program, I also did my mindset work. I always do mindset work. And you become what your mind tells you because it's just like a computer. You know, if I don't put in anything into this computer, nothing comes out. It's the same thing with your mindset. So if it is negative things coming out, why are you shocked at the results you're getting? So we need to look at our mindset. So that's number 1. What must I do with my mindset in the next 3 months? Mission, what is my assignment? Okay, so she thrives. We want to empower 1,000 women. We'll meet with them monthly, every last Saturday. One of these coaches will come back and they'll talk to you. That's our commitment, mission. We want to help, just like Linda said, as you're going up, put people up. Okay, so what is your mission? Is your mission only your family, only yourself? What is your mission? So where are you? Mission 0, mission 1, mission 10. Put it there. By June, July, what will your mission be reading? Okay, then the next one is your money level. How much came in last quarter? And how much is coming in this quarter? What must I do? What must I do? If you don't know what to do, go into our DMs. I beg you. All these 5 speakers, were we 6? Go into our DMs, ask questions. I always ask questions. I don't remain stuck for a long time. When I'm stuck, I look for people that are doing well, are not suffering the same thing I'm suffering. I go and meet them, ask them questions, and they show me the way. If you want to enter a room and it's locked, find the key now. That's why will you start the door and be crying? For goodness sake, look for somebody that has the key, open it and enter. So those are the 3 levels: your mindset, your mission, and your money. Okay. So your money, your goal may be to make more income or to sell more. Okay, so that is it here. Your mindset, it could be to gain more clarity or confidence. So it's there. Then your purpose, it could be to make more impact and all that. So I need you to put down what exactly you need to do. Sorry, I'm rushing. Okay, so the next one is we're now going to break it down into 90 days, 30 days, and weekly plan. Okay, I'll show you an example of what I've done. So your money goal could be to start importing hair wig. 30 days action, I will attend Linda's class. Weekly tax, take my notes. Mindset, my mindset is worrying me. I always think negative. I must align with Sophie, get her training program. 30 days plan, you write it and all that. Your mission, you could meet with any of the coaches. Even okay, like this mindset. So mindset is wide. It could be money mindset, like the finance coach taught us. So you go and meet the money mindset lady. My mindset is work though. Okay, you're always thinking lack. According to her, you're very stingy. You don't invest. And that's why somebody was starting in the group. She's looking for money to pay for a program. My friend, can look for that money and pay for that program. Don't you value your life? And pay for the program. And see, you complain about money when you don't value anything. Okay, so do that. Okay, so I'm rounding up now. So the clarity code is 1, you need clarity. Where are you? 2, you need to own who you are. 3, you need to know where you're going to. And 4, be ready to execute it. Now, Linda has talked about money. Okay, so money, for me, the money code is your mindset. We've talked about it. You must organize it though. If you don't get it right. So money mindset means I'm rich. I make serious money. I have clients. My customers love me. They pay me well. They can buy from me. Do you understand? So that's abundance mindset. 2, opportunities. You have to look for where opportunities are. Do you know in this session now, there are several opportunities, but some of you cannot see it. I'm seeing and I'm writing. And when I show up, you'll be shocked. So can you put 3 opportunities you can see from this event and seize it? Do you know for the fact that you're here, you have access to all these people talking here? Maximize it. That's the opportunity I'm talking about. So network. You're going to leverage the people that have gotten me the major projects. There was one I got, I won't say much, but guess where I met the guy? On a flight. On a flight, when I was flying back from Enugu. On a flight. So I know I can meet anybody anywhere. And I followed up very well. I can't say much. The next is history. Okay? So last is execution. You must have an execution plan. I have an execution plan for this month. Okay, and part of that execution plan is this program that we're having now. It had to hold today. There was no way it could go to me. I've not slept. At least it has held. And I've taken my good. Okay? March, we're meeting again. May, we're meeting again. I'll take my good. So there are other things. What is in your calendar? If I ask you now for your calendar for May, what is there? Calendar for June, what is there? Calendar for August, what is there? July. So I want to see what is there. Then lastly, focus on the outcome and the effort. So focus on the outcome, not the effort. Okay, why I said that is that if it costs you to get the transformation, pay the money. It's the transformation that you need, not the money that you're crying about. You understand what I mean? So that's the money code. So I'm going to round up and I'm going to tell you that you have the power to make wealth. If you're alive, because you see everything we're saying here, if we die, that's the end. But for the fact that God has kept you and me alive, then we have that power and we can make wealth. I want you to change what you're seeing. Change your possibility. Change what you're seeing in the next 90 days. Okay? So me, I'm seeing 1,000 women empowered. How it's going to be done? I don't know it though, but whether it will be done. Okay? Abraham saw, Esther, everybody. Go and check all the people that you're hearing their stories. All the women talking today, they see very well. Though. I see too. I'm wearing glasses. So you need to see very well. The workbook is in the chat group. Okay, so finally I said a smooth sea never makes a skilled sailor. It's the challenges that make you. So understand that challenges will come. Okay, and when they when you overcome one, give yourself a star. That's how generals get stars now. So why are you complaining that there's challenge? So you need to understand that look, there's an opportunity for me to get a star. So face those challenges, you know, and pick up your star. I'm going to round up with this. I remember the story of the 3 little pigs. Now there's a course I have called Limitless Goal. Okay, this is one of the slides, and I have 3 pictures here. Okay. Now, you remember the story of the 3 little pigs? Sometimes we think we are wise. But after this story, I changed my perspective. What are you building this quarter? Are you building with sticks? Are you building with bricks? Are you building with straws? What are you actually building? If you like your life, make the right decisions. Do you know some of us will watch the next quarter pass and nothing will happen? Why? Your report sheet is reading 0. Why? Do you understand? So I want us to build based on the vision, the goal, the things you have picked from this meeting. Okay? Make sure, like I think it was Crystal that said it, that you need a growth environment. Try and get accountability, you know, and stay there. Okay? So finally, you don't have to do it all alone. I hope you enjoyed this session. Okay? It's our commitment to this session meeting was to help you understand your mission, harness your resources, and also live life on purpose. So I've come to the end of my presentation, and we have a program here. You know, while we're preparing for this session, you know, I just felt we should do this. So in the next 6 weeks, just to help you gain traction for the next 90 days, it's called Thrive on Demand for Visionary Women. If you're free, you can join it. Okay, so we're going to send the link inside the group, and you can pick it up from there. So you can, I don't have enough time again. So go to the website. If you feel you need somebody to hold your hand, you don't want to walk alone, okay? And you want at the end of 3 months to have something to show now. What kind of matter it is? Every time the same story. So please join this Visionary Women's Accelerator, you know, and all that. So please, I want you, before you go, to make sure you connect to somebody and share your experience on Facebook. Please, when you're sharing it, so number 1 instruction, you got this for free. So you're doing me a favor. Follow all the speakers on Facebook, follow them on Instagram, follow them on Twitter, follow them on LinkedIn. 2, tag them, I beg. God is watching you. So tag all of them. Say thank you, Sophie, for this. Thank you, Sandra, for this. Thank you, Linda, for this. Thank you, Krista, for this. Thank you, IJ, for this. Okay, tag somebody and share your experience. And why I say share your experience is that when you teach, you see this session I just had now, you think you're the only one learning. I'm also learning because I can hear myself. So when you teach, you know, you also learn. And so I want to encourage you to share on social media. So that's all. We'll just stay around for the next few. Our meeting is over, okay? So please, you can check out the program if you're interested. You can sign up. But if you have questions, I'll stay around. We'll just stay around for the next maybe 10 minutes to take your questions. I will shut down for today. Thank you so much.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Gifted Hope.
Good afternoon. Yeah, I'm so happy to be here. I must confess, it's been value all the way. I'm really excited. So I dropped my question on the chat room and maybe it was omitted. I have been a 9 to 5 worker for the past 10 years. I work in a hospital, and I can see that the last 10 years has been very draining. Nothing to show for it, you know. Wake up in the morning, no time for social life, no time for family and all of that. You come and you show up every day for your work, but the salary is not commensurate to the work you put in. And just last month, I felt very uneasy. I was asking myself, what am I really doing with my life? I'll be 37 this year. Next month, actually, I'll be 37, but nothing to show. I was complaining to a friend and I said, I want to resign. I want to start something else. And the guy told me, I believe you have plots of land before you want to resign. That was when I looked at myself and said, that means within this period of time, these are the things I should have achieved. Now I want to move. I want to take that leap and leave and go into food business. I've gone to culinary school. I can cook, I can do other things. And I know that if I venture into that, I can do something else for myself. But my problem now is the fear. How do I go about it? How do I live? Because the job now that I have looks like my saving grade. If I leave this one now, how do I start? The capital to start and all of that. And most of all, I live in the quarters where my office provides for me. So it means me going to rent my own apartment, to move out and all of that. Maybe a word or two to help me push out. I need to do this. I need to leave where I am right now. But how do I do it? Please, anyone can help me. Thank you so much.
Okay, I give that hope. I have just heard what you said. You see, the fear is natural. It is fear of the unknown. It is natural. If you listen to my story, I mentioned that even when I wasn't ready, I was pushed out, I'd lost my job. So I didn't even have the time to plan or think out anything. I was just yanked out. And if you have, at this age or time, started feeling like you are not doing enough, then it is time to push out. That fear will be there, but it is on you to conquer. I want you to know something, that it is better you try and fail, we don't pray for that, than you didn't try at all. So when you try, there are chances that you will not fail, that you would break out and be bigger than just sitting there unhappy and not doing anything about it. Also note that it will not be easy, especially for the fact that you are also living in an apartment provided by the organization. I would ask you, what have you saved? That's where saving comes in place. Because if you resign today, you're leaving. Where do you want to stay? Unless you can talk to somebody who can accommodate you, and how many people do you have? So you can set a goal, your financial goal or your plan. Say, give yourself another 1 year. In the next 1 year, I will be leaving. I am not going to advise you to carry your bag and leave now. Now, what are you going to do in the next 1 year? Make sure you save up for your rent, and make sure you save up, a little extra that can help you start. If you want to start food business, I am not expecting that you go and open a food, maybe business and eatery and all of that. You can start this from your home. What did you learn? Did you learn how to bake? You can bake and show people online. You can bake cakes and show online what you've done. You can cook food and package it neatly. You know how these things are. You can even turn it into a content creating skill. You see Diary of Kitchen Lover. You see all of these Facebook content cooking creators. They started little. I know when Diary started in her room, her kitchen self, but come and see her kitchen now. So you can even monetize this what do I call it? This skill that you have. You can turn it into content creating while you're also cooking. Please don't be afraid. You would feel even worse that you didn't try, that you did try and probably maybe you failed. Because at some point, I even failed and dusted myself and did it again. I hope that helps.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Gibbs at home.
Yeah, I'll be you, Linda. That was a good one. I remember one of those days I went for a program Awoshika organized, and this was what I wanted to do. And I asked her a question, and she asked me, "Do you have sustenance fund?" I say, "What is sustenance fund?" They say, if you have to plan to do this, then you must have sustenance for that. When you leave, you have money that will sustain you. And so that was a good one there. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you. Okay, do we have any other person who wants to ask questions before
Yes,
we leave?
yes, I have a question.
Okay, please come on board.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. The class has been so impactful. It's
Thank
actually
you.
my first time of attending a boot camp, and funny enough, it was free. I was initially to register, but I'm so happy I did. I
Where did
want
you hear this? Where did you hear this bootcamp from?
from
Where
your
did you get this information?
page, hey, Prof.
Okay. All right. So go ahead with your question, please.
Okay. I want to organize a wig making class. The inspiration came last 2 months ago, but I only have a machine, but I've been thinking
Okay.
of how to go about it. So my fear is, one, will people register? Two, I don't have the facility that people can stay to learn that wig. Actually, I learned the wig making from you, Herr Prof. I was one of your students last year,
Oh,
last 2 years, 2023. So
kudos.
I have become
Yeah.
so good. I know I revamp hairs, I wig,
Hmm.
started importing anyway,
Hmm.
but sales might be low now, but I know it. And I'm
I
moccasin.
am so proud of you. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay.
So I'm so scared.
We can't hear you anymore.
Okay, I think. Okay, is she back?
Yep, she's back.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes.
go ahead.
Okay, so I said I'm scared. One, my facility is not enough to have to host people, the kind of number of persons I want to attend. Two, I don't have enough machines to teach them machine wigging, although they can still learn hand, but I want to teach them both hand and machine wigging. So I don't know if there is any suggestion of how to go about it.
Okay. So you're looking at having a physical class, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. If you're looking at having, how did you learn from me? It wasn't a physical class. I've never done a physical class, remember? Now, but it's okay if you choose to do the physical class. You can, two things, right? How many machines do you have? If you have, say, up to 5 or 10 machines, you can split the class in, you can time the class, morning class, evening class. And instead of recruiting 10 people, you can actually register 20 people. 10 will do morning class, the other 10 will do evening class. Do you get? That way, the 10 machine can serve 20 people. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so that way, the 10 machine can serve 20 people. You can always break it. You can even do weekend class. Take more people. People will do morning, another people will do evening, another set will do weekend class. You take more people. Just make do with what you have. That's number one. Number two, I don't know if they rent machines anywhere. I could say maybe go and rent some more machines after the program, clean the machines and return back. Now, this is for you who wants to do the physical class. I hope this helps. And then
Yes.
the fear, like I said, fear is just in mind. It's just in you. It's just in mind. What is the worst that will happen? Let me ask you. The worst that would happen is the fear that people will not register. And if you tried and people didn't register, go back and re-strategize and check what you did that didn't work. Put in more effort, advertise it more, pay influencers if need be, do ads if more, push it more. Double the energy that you used the previous time, and you would see that people would register. Create content, show yourself wigging, do things that will attract people, make posts about it, disturb our timelines, and there's no way people won't register. Even if it's 1 or 2 people, start with those people and remove fear. Okay? I hope this helps.
Yes.
Disturb Neka, let's have your question. Disturb our hand timelines. Okay.
Thank you. Mine is not a question, but I just want to share that
Yes.
This
Thank
boot camp is for me.
you.
My name is Nneka Kijoke Culture, and I've been seeing Hair Prof posting this on her timeline, and I said today, even though it was a very busy day, that I was participate. And having heard everything said by the speakers, I think this is just my liberation day. I want to say that this is my liberation day because I've been in the corporate sector for the past 18 years, but this Trump stop work order in the health sector just came and messed things up. And a lot of us was thrown out. So when her prof was sharing her story, I could relate perfectly. And because we've been, being fed cheese for a long time, many of us are shy. Most of my colleagues, they are shy to even do anything, to even launch out. But all that I've heard today has inspired me greatly. I feel so strengthened, I feel so energized, and I'm going to apply everything I've learned. Thank you so much for sharing from your wealth of experience, sharing from your weaknesses, sharing even the secrets I've gathered. I don't think some of it is not being learned in the Lagos Business School. I'm grateful. Thank you so much for giving up yourself so much. Thank you, and God bless you and replenish you in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you, Nneka. Please launch out. Go ahead and launch out. All right. Who else is asking questions?
Okay, I want to ask question. Good afternoon, Herr Prof.
Good afternoon, Chinonso.
Okay, so I heard about this boot camp from your page. Yeah, I'm following you for some time. Okay, so I want to ask a question based on what happened to me recently. Okay, so I sell cashew nuts and to supermarket, those selling on the streets and all that. But due to a lot of things have been happening. I stay in Agor. At a point, they no longer wanted the high, the quality now. What was happening was anything in the bottle that is cheaper, they are okay with it. Okay, so before January this year, I lost my dad in December, and my mom, the money she got from them and all that, she used it to supply cashew nuts to me because I gave her every hope that I would sell. So when I came back in January, I intended that I'll be selling and sending back the money to her and all that. So, but when this issue of in where I am, they just want to buy anything that is cheap. They don't want the standard cashew nut and all that. I thought of maybe learning how to run sponsor that and all that. But from this meeting, I just realized that I've not been able to do anything about that sponsored ad from January, this quarter that has just passed. I just realized that a quarter has passed and I've not able to do anything. And when we're talking about learning a skill, I just ask. I was asking myself, what skill can you learn? Learning to run sponsored ads, could I actually invest in that as a skill? Since I have leverage, like my mom use her money, send me products for me to sell. I already, she could source the product with her money and send. So that's my question. Going to go and learn how to run sponsored ads and all that, could it be a skill for someone at this time?
Of course. The lady who does my sponsored ad, I pay her to run it for me. It's a skill. Digital skill is something else. The world is going digital and it's something that I don't have. Sponsored ads, oh my God, it's a skill on its own. And they don't just do sponsored ads, they help rectify Facebook issues and all of that. But again, I'll also advise that you don't just throw in the towel. You can do the skill by the side. The business that you have already started building, the cashew nut. If this supermarket says they don't want you, they want something cheaper, you move to another one. If you're selling a bigger size, you can reduce the size to make the prices a little more affordable. Because even where I buy cashew nuts, now the big size is about 10,000. So I don't bother, I buy the smaller size to just use it to take my yogurt. So you can always, or you can put it in a smaller bag, pouch bags, and the prices are less. So don't just abandon what you've been doing, but then you can go ahead and learn the Facebook ad. I can refer someone who can teach you, but I can refer you to someone who can teach you on Facebook. She's on Facebook.
Please, I'll be interested. You can be put any means that I can get that information. I'm interested.
Yes, just chat me on Facebook and say the lady you said who can teach me. I'll give you her details so you can talk to her.
Okay.
I hope this helps.
Yes,
you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
So 2 more questions, Amara. Let's take your
Afternoon. I'm here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Oh, good afternoon. You
This is Elizabeth from Lagos here.
Okay.
I hope you can hear me.
Very
Yes,
well.
Liz, go ahead.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Sister Linda, such a beautiful woman and a beautiful soul. I've always been following you on Facebook, and once you post anything, I connect through it. All these people you post on Facebook, I go into I connect with them because I know I must learn something. You are really a blessing
Good.
to God. And thanks to all of you. And Sister Ijoma, you're a wonderful woman. I enjoyed all your lessons, and I want to thank you so much for bringing this free of charge. But I don't want to bore you with a long story. I have this growth passion, the hunger for growth inside me. And since last year, when you told the story of how you lost your job, it's just the same thing with me. I lost my job 2 years ago, at the verge of my husband going to India for a treatment, and we went there. We came back safely. Glory to God. And since then, I've been trying to go into tech because I have a strong passion that I learned cyber security. It was as if it was so much my head couldn't comprehend it because I just celebrated my 50 last December. I was asking myself whether it's old age, but I don't want to give up because somebody must get there. Somebody must get there, and that must impact my generation the way you people are doing it. So recently, I also have registered a lot of courses on tech. Recently, I'm doing cloud computing and DevOps engineering. But the problem I have is being focused. I register these things, I spend money, but I don't finish it. And before I finish that one, I am also registering A1 literacy, A1 course now because I also like that. I also AWS, a lot of them. But my children kept saying, "Mommy, you have not finished one." The consistency and the being focused, getting what I really invested on it. I think my family is like, you waste this money, but you don't really get something out of it. But I can't really stop. So my question is, what do I do to really get committed to these things and being focused so that I will get something out of it? Because that's where my mind goes. But I see if the lectures are too much for my brain to carry, or I'm not being consistent, but I see other women doing it. So I'm just being confused because will I say somebody lacks focus? I don't want to say myself. Someone lacks strong focus on this to get out what is really needed. And the year to register, I have about 3 courses that I'm already in now. In fact, I had to my class this morning. I didn't do it because I wanted to hear from you people. While you were in Dubai, I was monitoring you. I followed up everything, and I loved it. I love that. I love that women are really making impact. I don't like a woman just sitting idle and doing something. But and you people keep saying you lost your job and all these things. So I think I'm part of that. So what do you advise me on how to come out of this and get something out of what I have put in, so that I will also be useful to my family, my generation? I won't depend on this man because the thing is really draining on him. Thank you, ma'am. I don't know whether it made sense.
I did understand you are lacking focus, to concentrate. But you can see that this class has taken up to 2 hours and you have been here focused on listening. Now, it is a thing of the mind. First of all, if you have triggers that make you lose concentration or focus, try and take them out. And please do not take too many at a time. Take one, make sure you finish that one, give yourself a timeline. Set a timeline and stick by it. Give yourself a target. In the next 1 month or 2 months, I must finish this. Whatever it is, it's a mindset thing. If you don't take it serious, like I do in my hair business masterclass, I create an excuse bag. If I give assignments and you don't do that, I remove you from the class because you're not serious. I put you in that excuse bag. But this time around, just say to yourself, I'm giving myself a target. I'm giving myself a timeline. This particular course, I have just till 1 month or 2 months to tidy it up. And in a quarter, I would do 2 or 3 and face it squarely and take away every distraction, whatever distraction it is. I'm not sure you still have little children that disturb you and all of that. But even if you do, create out time and sink your head in it. Because if you don't do that, you will just see that the time will go and you don't achieve anything. And when you keep doing this and you're not achieving anything, you become sad. At the end of the day, you abandon everything. Be charged up. Look at other women who are doing it. Look at other women who are doing it even in the digital background, like Dr. Sandra is in IT. They are women like you. and you can do it. So the only thing you need to do is face it squarely, take away whatever thing that triggers your inconsistency or making you lose focus, give yourself a deadline and hit on it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, I hope this helps.
Facebook is my major distraction when I'm watching all your posts and everything.
I'd like to add
Yes.
something to what she said, right? Sometimes when you want to do something, you just have to be super focused. To be honest, if it means deleting Facebook from your phone, then you delete it.
Deactivate it.
That's one. Number two, you need to set particular times for the things that you want to do. You need to do a time planning, right? Because you can't say, yes, it's very good to set a deadline, but your deadline, like your everyday habit, is what will determine whether or not you set your deadline. So have a time plan for yourself, meaning in the morning when I wake up, even if you are going to do it repeatedly, right? First of all, don't sign up to any more courses. You're done. Don't sign again. Finish the ones that you started. So number one, have a time plan. Literally sit down, take a pen or a book, or if you're tech savvy, write the note on your tab, or use your phone. Put reminders for those hours, and you block your time, 5 to 6, this activity, 7 to this. So set a time for you to do this, your courses. If it is whatever time is more, I mean, you say you don't have a job. So when you finish with your morning chores, you can say, from 1 o'clock to 4 p.m., I'm sitting down on my course. Let somebody be accountable for you. Get somebody that you know that used to. So for instance, in my home, I have this application I'm using to try to learn a language. It's called Duolingo. My son is on it. And every day he will ask me, Mommy, have you done your Duolingo today? Get that person that would ask you every day, have you done your course today? If so, you set a time, you get someone to hold you accountable to doing it every single day, and then give yourself a deadline. The truth is, your life is too serious. So whatever is distracting you, delete it. If it's an app, if it's the time you used to watch, get rid of it. It's unnecessary. Even though, yes, quote and unquote, that's how you got to know about this. Then, because if you have it on your phone every day, it's not going to help you. Maybe the worst case, you can then log on to it on your computer, put a time that, okay, on Fridays, 4 to 5, I will go to Facebook and see what's happening, just in case you're having that fear of missing. But please, you just have to have that intentionality and have someone that is keeping you accountable. For me, that's just it.
Thank you so
And
much.
I would like to add, Obi, thanks. I would like to add, however, remember, perfection, trying to be perfect, trying to get all the destined before, you can also begin to volunteer. Can also, the little you have learned, where can I help with it? You don't even need to be paid. You can even go, oh, don't pay me, but I want to practice, because it's a privilege that people give you their platform to learn or even work. So why don't you try the things you've learned? Who can you collaborate with to practice it? Because in the process, you will now begin to practicalize some of things. You don't even forget, because you can pile up all those learning a certificate and then you forget all of them. But the little you've learned, who do I collaborate? Where do I learn? Where can I practice it? Even for free, forget about payment. I think that will help you to actually move from that your point to the point where you be, because eventually you want to be able to get a job, a work, and make a living out of those things. So, and then the community that is doing what I'm learning, join them. Go and join a community that's into that particular sphere, and then show up for their event and collaborate. I'm a product of network. Believe me, you cannot go far without the other person. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, and I definitely want to add to that that everyone has said. And the root of procrastination is fear. And this is what I'm hearing is a mindset. I'm too am a lifelong learner. And so there is dopamine that you get. Your brain, sometimes your brain loves the learning process, the collaborative, being with others. It's exciting, but there is a time and season for everything under the sun. There is a time for sowing, and then there is a time for reaping. And once you have the mindset that this is a time for sowing, that's when you know that this is a time that now it's time for applying and it's time for the work to get done. And this is the time when you're building. And so having the discipline of having the mindset that this is my time for the sewing piece and this is my time for applying, and having that discipline will get you there. And as everyone said, it's time to stop and it's time to start. It's time to stop learning and it's time to stop applying.
Okay,
Can I just
no,
drop
sorry, we have
one?
Sandra, just hold on. You take the next, just have 4 more questions so that we can shut down. We have Eke, UD, UC, Amara, and Omoye. Then we're through with the session. Okay, so Eke, let's have your question. Sandra, you can give us the
Okay.
answer. Sandra, you've gone off.
Okay, so my question is basically about actually doing. I don't have a problem with starting stuff. I get to please, I'm existing under every other protocol. I want to thank every one of you for what you're doing. We appreciate it. So straight to my question. Now, I get to start stuff, but the ability to continue, like to maintain the momentum is always a problem for me. I'm going to give instances. Sister Linda, I'm also part of your mentees. I also did the hair business masterclass in 2000. I think last year, 2023. I did it in 2023. I was like, okay, I'm going to start a hairline. Started. In fact, sometimes from time to time, I still share the pictures to my status, but I just lost interest in it for a while. And then, okay, I started a channel, a YouTube channel. I was like, okay, I'm an adolescent sexual and reproductive health and rights. That's to say, I get to help young people get to understand the changes they see in their body, so that they know that they have attained physical and sexual maturity. So they don't necessarily have to act on that. I'm a peer educator, so to say. I just help people understand, help children, young preteens, teenagers, and young adults understand the concept of puberty. So I started a YouTube channel. Now, I'm very good. Every other thing is fine, but I just have a problem with wanting perfection. I always want to make sure I have my makeups on. Like I need to look very beautiful for the camera every time, because I learned a little bit of branding, especially from Sister Linda, because you always see her all the time, especially from her pictures, the pictures she posts out. I like the fact that she's a model for her business. So she has people who are always editing for how she looks. So I have this mentality that if I need to build a brand in the process, you need to look good. It's up to me. I feel it's not negotiable. You have to look good for the camera, but the ability to look good for the camera too it comes with a lot. It's a mental state. You didn't how to you just take the children to school, do every other thing, and then you come back. You now have to do makeups and shoot YouTube videos. It's a lot for me. For now, that's the only thing keeping me, the ability to glam up for the camera, talking to the camera, and all of that. So I don't know. I don't know whether it is just to let go of the glam side and do my thing straight up. With time, I could walk through and start to look good for the camera. What do I do? That's the question for me at this point. I really don't know. So that's why I just felt I should speak to those of you who have gone ahead of us. Thank you.
Linda, you can answer, but I feel it depends on your brand. What are you trying to portray? There are people that are out there and they're just themselves, okay? And there are still influencers out there. So it depends on what you're trying to portray.
Okay, let me add that, just like she said, depending on what you want to portray. For me, that is selling hair. If I don't glam up, how would the hair look like? All right. Yes. If I don't glam hair, it just helps to, promote the beauty of the hair. But for your own cause, I don't think you need to let the glam stress you. You don't need to look glam to pass your information. It is the information that people are seeing. My own is they are seeing the hair. So the hair has to be beautiful, which comes with glamming up. But again, that doesn't mean you have to look pale. You just wake up from sleep and come online and start shooting video. All right. You also can just do one or two things, but not necessarily very heavy and looking all tech. Then you can also think of, learning how to do video editing. That would help. So even when you don't glam up and you shoot your videos, you can edit them, use CapCut and make them come out really clear and you looking fine. I hope that helps.
Yeah, I actually took the video editing class
I
you
did. Okay.
advertised with Comfort. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'll consider all those
You can see
the
my
makeup.
videos. Most of the videos that I post now, I use the video editing to make them pop. And once I realize that each time I post those editing ones, it gets more visibility, it gets more reaction because the videos are popping. You get so you can also try that. At least that will take away the energy of if you're not really a makeup person and doing makeup. But please just go ahead and do your thing. And I'm not saying do your thing looking like you just woke up from sleep. Do your thing just the way dressing up, doing a few makeup, and just being more comfortable. The days you can glam, you go ahead and glam like you want to. Okay? All right.
Stay there, I'm coming.
Okay, so let's
Okay.
hear from UC. UC. Okay, if you're not there, Amara, can we hear from you?
Good afternoon, aunties. I want to thank you all for the time and for the knowledge imparted on us. I'm very, very grateful. I want to
You're
talk
welcome.
about consistency and time management, also accountability partner, because I am having a very big issues on this, considering the fact that I have been a person of an offline. Like for the last 7 years, I've been selling offline. Let me say I've been doing provision. I've been selling provision. So something led to something. I lost my shop. So I have to start afresh. Like I had to start from the scratch, which most of the time I lost the zeal to even start. And during those 7 years, I learned a skill, which is virtual assistant. But getting job was an issue for me. So I dumped it. But now it's drawn on me that I really need that skill. But I am not having the zeal to even start. Like the zeal is not there. So I joined a drop shipping group, which I've been selling some home decor items, kitchenwares, and all that. But nothing is coming. I will buy data, I will post nothing. Like since I started this, it's going to 2 months. I've not seen anything. Like I do lost interest. But there is a friend that have said to me, he said that I should try if I can to run um some course like teaching people about virtual assistants, since I already know the skill, but I don't have the zeal. And on this case, I don't know what to do. Like is there anything that can encourage me, or how do I go about it? Let me just use that line. How do I go about it? Because I don't know what to do. I don't know how to start, in short.
Let me help you. Okay. Sorry, let me just say this. Your story is like the story of a woman. So there are two things. Number one, it's clarity issue. Okay, so not knowing what you want is clarity issue, and following up is a problem. So I want to paint a picture for you. You get to the airport, you've packed your bag, there are lots of flights flying, and you just get there, you don't even know where you're going to. So that's your story. Okay, so and there are flights taking off. You're not taking off because you've not decided where you're going to. What time is your flight? And how do I get on the flight? So you're just at the airport watching other people take on their flights and leave. And that is what the mission aspect is. Crystal told us that your mission is your mirror. If you cannot see where you're headed to, you understand, then you cannot create a map or a path that will get you there. So I think we need to get to the foundation exactly. What do you want out of life? Where are you headed to? How long is it going to take you to get there? Because if you've not looked at 5 years' time, how will my life be? 10 years' time, how will my life be? 12, 20 years. For goodness sake, you're going to get old one day. And are you still going to be thinking about what do I want to do? I'm not in the mood, I'm not in the mood and all that. Okay, so just understand that, look, there are times and seasons in life. You have flights to take. And when it's time for that flight, show up. So at this point in your life, what do you want? What are you expecting? You have to sit down and tell yourself the truth. What do I want out of life? What is somebody of my age supposed to be doing now? And am I really doing it? Then you understand. So you start doing it. So that's what I'm going to tell you now. You need to get clarity. What do you want? Then two, draw a map to where you need to get to. Then start moving there. But I think it was Sophia that also talked about it, that look, don't go alone. Or was it Crystal? You understand? Make sure you get accountability, because we're all human beings. When we were children, our parents could drag us around, but now we're adults. Nobody is telling you to do anything. So that's why we're doing what we like to do. So get people that you're accountable to, people that you respect and you will listen to. Tell them this is what I want to do in 5 years' time, in 4 years' time, in 2 years' time. And when you're losing traction, get back to them and they'll put you on track. So that's all I have to tell you. So any other person can give us their.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, in addition, okay. Good afternoon, you see. Okay, let me just add something. In addition, I see somebody who is losing visibility. She wants visibility. And two things. How often do you post on your Facebook page? If you have been posting consistently, you know there's a way Facebook works. Start engaging on other people's posts. When you start engaging in, try and belong, find yourself into community of other vendors. This is what that community does for you. When you engage on their posts, they engage on your posts as well. When you post them, they post you as well. So find yourself in such space so that you can benefit from that. And then keep on posting, especially the drop shipping one. Keep pushing it, keep posting. You talked about not being consistent. If I wasn't consistent, I wouldn't be here. Don't care about people seeing it or not. And another thing that is very important is, how many friends do you have? Don't wait for people to send you friend requests on Facebook. How Facebook works is you go and send. Make friends, so that it is the more you make friends, the more people will see. But if you have just few followers, you're limited. That's the only people that will see it. So go ahead and fill your friend request. Go ahead and grow your followers while you're posting what you do. And believe me, one day it's certainly going to click. All right, thank you. You see, you can go ahead.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, Prof. Good afternoon, everyone. This is a special shout out to you, because I cannot talk about my success story without mentioning your name. I started following you, I think last year, either last year or last 2 years. And just within January to now, I know I was just thinking, I said, thank God I found you. I've always wanted to be a visionary woman. And I mean, someone that is not just limited to making fashion headpieces. I want to make impact. I want to network with women of your, like, I don't know how to explain it, but just so that I am looking up to you, or I've always looked up to you. There's this thing you did, you made during the Push Factor conference. It brought me a customer that I never expected. In fact, if I keep counting, if I keep saying what you have done to my brand, God knows I will not finish it. So this is just a special shout out. Okay, now just today I talked about what I do. Dr. Sandra just said I should send her a DM. Like, it means the whole world to me. God knows what I'm saying. So I'm so grateful. God bless you for all you do. God bless you, dear organizers. You are doing amazing work. To think that this boot camp is a free something, right? Like, I don't want to miss this kind of boot camp at all for anything. Thank you so much for all you do. We look forward to more of this. Even if it's a paid one, I would always want to benefit from this. I said something. It is either I grow or I grow. So I'm ready to pay. I'm ready to talk. I'm learning. I'm growing, and I'm networking with visionary women like you. Thank you so much. I'm grateful. God bless you.
You see, you know what? You are the next big thing, because the truth is, I see your passion. Any kind of webinar or training, you're always the first to read. I see you're always there. You would participate. You are active. You'll be first to register. And this is you investing in yourself. Keep it up. You're almost there. Keep it up. You see that vision that you have for yourself, you are practically walking in that direction. You're already in that direction and you're doing great. All right. So
Thank
yeah,
you.
thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Amara, are you here? Omo, yeah, we can have you.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you to all the speakers, all our coaches today. It's been amazing. For someone like me, it's just like seeing women who are doing this and giving back to other women, pulling them up and doing this. It's mind-boggling, and it's like me seeing myself in the next 2 years. No, it's not going to be up to 2 years. In the next 1 year, in the next 2 years, really doing the same thing for other women. And so to every woman today who gave out from what they have labored so much for. I listened to Dr. Linda and I could see the fire literally coming out of her, telling her stories. You could see it. I think they're all etched on us, what we have been through. So when I listened to her, I listened beyond her voice. I could feel her heart. And of course, also Krista, like her name, she made everything crystal clear. So thank you. Thank you so much, Mar. Thank you again to Dr. Ijeoma Azi. You're an amazing woman. I follow you everywhere you're going. I'm following you as you're navigating. I'm following you. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you, Dr. Sandra Powers. You're definitely going to see me in your DM. Thank you, Dr. Obi Ibeji. I hope I pronounced that very well. Thank you again to every woman. Thank you, Dr. Sandra Belue. Please, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name well. We are so, so grateful. If every one of us is going to start telling you thank you, we'll probably not be able to leave here today. But I want you to go knowing that you are touching lives, you're doing great things to people, you are transforming generations, not just us, because as women, we also impact our children, we impact our communities and our societies. Thank you again for what you're doing. And then thank you for allowing yourself to be a tool for transformation and for change. This is heartwarming. This is amazing. This is beautiful. This is something that we want our girls to emulate. And again, I remember when one lady was talking, she's a peer education trainer. She has issues. I mean, these challenges. I could, what she was saying resonated with me because I have done that. I've been there working at this with teenagers, working with children, working with parents. So we know the challenges. I could actually help her. Just an aside. Again, thank you because you have come out as a parent, as a mother. I see you as mothers and you are giving. It means that as mothers, we have no excuse. We also will give. And so this is also a challenge to every woman here. You are seeing your fellow women. So what is your next move? And like we have been taught, what are you mirroring? What is your mirror? Let that your mission become your mirror. Thank you so much, Ma. I'm going to go and paste it very well. I'll make sure that every day my mirror is no longer my wig.
My mirror. Yes.
Yes, so my mission has become my mirror. Every day I must polish it and make sure that that is a guiding principle for my daily work. So thank you so much, Ma. And you are all beautiful women. Looking at you, you're on point. Everything seems to be on point. I'm like, oh my God, I can do it. Looking at you, I'm telling myself, yes, I can do it. Like I'm yes, I'm going to be having a seminar like this. Thank you so much, Ma. God bless you. You got
And the truth is that we all do.
so
The truth is that, to be frank with you, we all do it afresh.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm on your DMs already. Omoye, Olaye, you see me there. I'm all around. Thank you so much. Bless you.
All right.
Okay, so we'll hear from Kubi, Abisola, and Casey. Kubi, over to you.
Will that be the last person? We need to round up.
Just three more. Three more, we're done. Just three. Nobody's here. Let me just entertain them.
Okay.
So Kubi, you're not here. So let's hear from
Yeah, good afternoon.
Okay, hi.
Okay,
good afternoon. First of all, I want to say thank you for this program. I have learned a lot from you. Thank you, Dr. Linda. Thank you, Mrs. Ijoma and Crystal, most especially. I'm going to follow you right away on LinkedIn because I've been having this issue. It's really not a question, but I've been having this issue of feeling like you're not ready to be out there. Last year, I registered an organization that is concerned about single mothers to end the stigma of single mothers and to push out policies and reform to end the stigma and also support single mothers to, like when you become a single mother, or what we say is that a lot of single mothers are those girls that were in secondary school, naive, and most of them get to drop out of school. So the organization is basically to empower them, do a back to school program, let single mothers get back to their self, go back to their vision and their purpose, and not feel like their life has ended because they got pregnant. But I've been having this thing of feeling like you're not ready to be out there, and I've been taking up skills, taking up training, joining philanthropical organizations that are free to learn more, and I'm like, you shouldn't be out there yet. But as of this year, I pushed out our first education campaign where we went to secondary school to talk to our young girls about self-preservation. And at that stage when you are 18 and you're beginning to get the butterflies in your tummy, you want to talk to the boys, and then you meet these boys that are already in university coming to the secondary school girls to deceive them, and then they lose control. And that is where you get most of the single mothers that are going through agony because they lost it and they don't know how to get back to school. And most of them become dropout, and they're found in the marketplace. You see girls that had vision, that had things they wanted to be, now stuck as sales girls, struggling to live with a child, and the man has actually absconded. But then I've been feeling like, oh, you're not ready. And being in Nigeria, this is a sensitive topic. When you bring up single mothers, you're getting the stigma, and I'm not a single mother. So when you bring it up that like you're not a single mother, why do you want to push a project for single mothers? You meet the male folks and like, okay, talking about the collaboration, you reach out like, can we collaborate on this? Can we partner on this? And then I met one that said, if it was just about the children, the part of your project that says to end children, mother, child abandonment, I would have partnered with you. But you want to bring in single mothers. How do we help single mothers? They decided to go into that way. They decided to go make out with boys. They decided to do this. And then I tried to explain, no, this is not how it should be. Yes, they made the mistake, but how do we teach them that you made the mistake, and that means that there should be an end to your passion, an end to your life, or an end to your career? So learning today, I've learned a lot about collaboration, the waiting, and knowing that you don't have to wait to be perfect. So I'm thinking like I'm going to try more to push the organization out there and put myself more out there, and just trying to like get like how do I start this collaboration with the mindset of a lot of Nigerians against single mothers? How do you find the right partners? How do you find people who want to partner with you or try to help a single mother get back her life?
Can I just chip in something, Kubi? Well done, well said, well spoken. Compassion is good business. Of all you take from me today, take that. Compassion is good business. And when we talk of people who are in business who turn problems into opportunities, a problem is a pain point. Compassion is good business, I repeat. So don't you ever feel that you have to dilute the messaging of being a support system for single mothers because you feel that in the market that you are in, acting as a voice for children is better than as a voice for single mothers. All it takes is one connect. All it takes is one person, to just the right person who turns around and looks at you and sees you. We have single mothers who have become trillionaires and billionaires. All you need is one connect. All you need is one connect.
Absolutely.
Sometimes in this life, you don't need a billion people to see you. You just need that one person to see you. So I don't want you to feel that you have to dilute your proposition or whittle down your compassion. Your messaging as being a support system for single women and children as a result of that particular life happening or happenstance, it's a very good messaging. And that is your core, and that is your golden thread, and that is what will drive traffic to you. That's just my 2 pence on the matter. Well done.
Absolutely.
You got a beautiful
Yes,
one.
and I
Thank
want
you,
to
ma.
Love it.
ditto.
Thank you, ma.
I definitely want to ditto what our eloquent, extraordinary Dr. Sandra said, and that is that your heart, Kudi, I heard your heart, and your heart is your mission. The thing that is that's always on your mind, the thing that really hurts you is the thing that you're called to do. And so I'm going to suggest to you, if not you, who? If not now, when? If not this, then what? This is the thing, as Dr. Sandra said, that you are called to do. And even more so, this niche is so important, especially because nobody else wants to touch it. That makes an open door for you. Walk in it. Walk in it now. You are so ready.
Thank you very much, ma.
Kumbi, reach out to me in my DMs, yeah?
Okay, ma. Thank
I
you very
think
much, ma.
you've touched my mumu button somewhere. Oh God, you touched my mumu button
Okay,
somewhere,
so
little girl.
just 2 more people and we're done.
Thank you very
Abisola,
much, ma.
Jason,
Thank
can we hear
you.
from you? Thank you so much, QB. Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I really appreciate that every one of us has spoken, and I appreciate our speakers. Thank you so much. So I'm just going to move straight to my question. Actually, I have passion for fashion designing, and I've taken course, I've attended physical tutorials, lessons, and the major challenge, or should I call it a setback, that I have now is that I'm still a student, and sometimes academic is just really demanding. And also I really want to be in the online space also, because I know that sales happens mostly online. In fact, I've learned about content creation and all that. So now I have a challenge that I don't have my own sewing machine yet, and I'm thinking that will I even have time to create content and all that. But hearing everything that people have been saying, I just feel like I should not delay. But at the same time, I'm feeling like, should I just wait till I finish my tertiary institution before venturing into, or should I just step in? Should I, I have a series of questions, or maybe I just call it a kind of setback, should I call it that way? So I really want to ask that, what's your advice? Do you feel I should, although I don't have a sewing machine, but I just still believe, um, um, Mrs. Krista said that faith sound like I don't have everything, but still staying focused. So I just want to use faith. And the second question I have now is about investment. Earlier last year, I had about investing, like, okay, saving, don't just save, try to invest, but I don't actually know where to start from. So that's my two main questions that about this fashion designing. Since I have this skill already, do I still go ahead now that I'm still in school, or should I still wait a bit, since actually, I've actually been doing drop shipping before, and it has just been on and off, because anytime exams is approaching, the business will just go all down, and sometimes I'm even discouraged to even keep posting it. When sometimes maybe I didn't post for about 2 weeks because of preparing for exam, or even a month, then going back to the space to post on my WhatsApp feels somehow. So I don't want anything to go wrong, since I'm just starting. I just want to start the fashion. So that's just basically the question, that should I still hold on and be done with our cards, or should I go on with it now? So thank you so much, Mas.
Okay, Abisola. The truth is, people go to school and work. There are a lot of people working and schooling. My son, who is just 18, is working and schooling. All right? The only thing you need to do is create a balance and do extra. And put in the extra work. I won't say drop what you've done. I won't say drop what you're doing until you finish school. By the time you finish school, you may even lose interest. You may even find it difficult, because the truth is trends keep coming and they won't wait for you. if you wait until you finish and come, there are so many things that you will be lacking behind. So, but the thing is, if you're supposed to be sewing maybe 20, you can sew 10 so that your schoolwork will not suffer as well. You can always balance it. University, I know that it's not, there are times we are idle in the hostel and making noise and laughing, all right, after school. So you can use that to create, time for your business. Then I'll leave maybe Obi to take over the investment part because that's her major.
Thank you, Ma.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Linda. Abisola, so the good thing, there are different investment instruments and there are different investment platforms. But one of the ones that have come up, which I would often recommend when people don't have a lot of money to start, is to just put their money in a mutual fund and keep it there so that you enjoy the power of compounding, right? And also in trying to invest, first of all, invest in what you understand. I mean, we've all heard about somebody that just lost money. Some people lost money with this CBEX thing. Someone had actually brought it to me, and the person that brought it to me and told me about it, funny enough, she lives in the UK. And I could have just said, oh, this thing makes sense. But, I did some research on it, and I just thought, this looks like a Ponzi. And this was like months back. And then it turns out that it's actually a Ponzi. So what you don't understand, do invest your money in. The easier one for you to start now is to go to one of these, investment banks that do mutual funds. There's Stanbic IBTC, there's Standard Chartered, and there are a number of them. There's United Capital, a number of them. And the good thing is they have a very low entry amount. So you don't necessarily need to have a lot of money to start. That's one. Then on the side, while you're at it, then you start getting financial literacy. The same way, I find it interesting that people don't consider financial literacy as something that is very important. You're going to school to learn, whatever you're learning in school. You went to learn about sewing. Money management is something you're going to do for the rest of your entire life. It is worth going to learn about it. There are different types of courses, so many of them. Some of them are free, some of them are just a little stipend. At least get the basics, know about it. So once you learn that, then you can then, from that place of knowledge and understanding, begin to then increase your portfolio into other different types of instruments. But to be on the safe side, and if you don't, have a lot of understanding, start with mutual funds. Start with what they call ETFs, which is exchange traded funds, which is just basically investing in a pool of stock or a pool of commodities. Those are the easier ones that doesn't require a lot of knowledge. But in your starting, also set up a plan to get more financially literate. I hope that helps.
Yes, Ma. Thank you so much, Ma. I really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, so one more to go, and Casey, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Kelechi. I live in the UK. I'm a nurse and a beauty consultant. I want to say thank you to the organizers of this program. I saw this on PDF. In fact, I follow PDF everywhere she goes. And this was just me 2 years ago scrolling on Facebook, and I saw a friend who shared her post. I think she was doing sales, and I just shared. But when I looked at it, I said, this beautiful woman, let me just follow her to know what's going on. Let me do, if I want to buy her or anything. I just followed her, and I could remember after some months, I had to slide into her DM to ask questions, and she guided me. I pushed my business on Facebook because then what I was doing, I would just be waiting for NHS to pay. I work as a nurse as well, so I would just be waiting for NHS to pay. But with Linda's guidance, I've been able to have about 3 streams of income. Facebook has monetized me. I just literally look at what she does. When she posts, I will go and create mine and post. I look at everything she does, and it's just like she motivates me a lot. And now I get customers for my beauty business. I sell Mary Kay products, and I don't dwell around me anymore. clients around me. So this is me. So I've not been able to speak with her, or I haven't seen Linda, but I know Linda knows me. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I thank every woman here who have organized this program, the speakers. I am so, so grateful. And I want to tell all of us, if you see any program, when I clicked on, I didn't even know it was free. I just saw it and I clicked on it and I saw free. I said, oh, wow. I try as much as possible to pay for any program, because if you do that, you're going to learn a lot. And one thing is you learning, and the other thing is putting it into practice. So I want to say thank you. This is just 1 year of trying to follow Linda's advice, and Facebook has monetized me. I get a lot of clients, and I teach about health and everything. I didn't even know that I could do a lot of things on Facebook. I have about 6,000 followers. Before then, I had just 500. So I want to say thank you to all of you. Just know that you are saving lives. You are doing a lot. I am so, so, so grateful. I feel truly blessed to have been part of this journey. The knowledge, the encouragement, the strength I've received here, I am so grateful. Thank you for creating this space for growth, healing, empowerment. I'm living here today inspired and ready to keep moving forward. Thank you. May we all continue to rise and shine together. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. We've come to the end of the event. I want to say thank you to all the facilitators. You rock. Okay, thank you so much for giving us your best. Okay, so a lot of these people are going to go into your DMs. They're already following so many of you. So I want to encourage you. You've given here. Okay, so remember, we have a commitment to also help other ladies around us to grow. So I want to plead with you as they approach you. Put them on the growth pedestal. You want to see the results after 90 days. Okay, so I want to say that this is not the end. It's the beginning of a new era and the beginning of your transformation. So we'll be hosting our profiles and our speakers personally in the months ahead, okay? We're going to have some finance classes. Linda will talk to us more on social media engagement, and Sandra on digital marketing and all that, and Sophie more on the push factor. So once more, thank you. The link for the video will be posted, will be sent by email to everyone that registered so they can follow up with the video and learn once again. So thank you so much. I want to hear from the speakers in case you want to say something before you sign out. And I might shut down the meeting. Thank you. So your final notes.
So from me, just to say well done, everyone. This meeting was tagged the growth code. And I must say congratulations on taking your destiny seriously. Anybody who feels, no matter how big they are, that they've arrived and they don't need to hear any more of the new reflections and thinkings or how to be a better version of themselves, that person hasn't started at all. So no matter where you are in this thing called life, I say congratulations, because an enormous amount of nuggets have been shared here. The other challenge I want to leave you with is this: be a doer, not just a hearer of the word. Of course, I'm going to say that as a pastor, but truly, I also mean that. Be a doer. You know, artifacts have been shared. Print them out. If you need money for printing, contact me. I'll give you money, send you money for printing. You need to print that book out. You need to fill it out by hand. Let's take our lives seriously so that by the next stage of the milestone of whatever life cycle or roadmap you've charted yourself, you can say, this is what I've done. There's something in black and white. You've attained. You join the league of those who have attained. Even the Bible says, run after those who have attained. You see how you came to this event? You didn't come here because there were women with nothing. We've all attained. So come and join this exclusive club. Be a doer. Run the race that is set before you. Congratulations for attending and taking your destiny seriously. And oh, by the way, I left a question for that lady who is into sense. I asked a question. Please touch base. Thank you, guys. That's all from me. I yield.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, Crystal, from you?
I would want to remind everyone that your growth is tailor-made for your struggle, and your struggle is tailor-made for your growth. So growth is intertwined with struggle. So anytime you come into a promotion, anytime you come into a place of elevation, remember, leverage your strengths, but embrace the stretch.
Thank
So
you.
happy to be with you today.
Thank you. Okay, so Obi, over to you. Can we hear from you, Obi, your final speech?
My final thoughts are this. First of all, the fact that you came and you joined this shows that you're serious, you take your life seriously, and you're ready to squash Q1. You've got this. There's an abundance of money. You are a money magnet. You attract opportunities to earn money. Start small, stay consistent. You got this. Keep at it. You are going to win. In all you're doing, have the right mindset that money is abundant and you are tapping into that abundance of money that exists. I'm rooting for you because I know that you've got this. Just start today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Start today. Well done.
So thank you so much for showing up, and we'll see you at the next event. Have a wonderful 90 days ahead of you. Thank you.
My own final say.
Okay, you're around. I
I'm
didn't
still
know.
around. I've been here, yes.
I'm sorry. Where are
Okay,
you?
so I would like to say that my parting word would be that your life in the journey of your dreams, your life is going to entail many, many journeys in living your dream. Don't forget that. Even when it seems you are in the down season, because sometimes life can deal a curve to you and you can hit pauses in life. But remember, your dream is still valid. Don't ever forget. You know why your dream is still valid? Because so you have to maintain the sight of your dream because that dream is within you. It is not outside you. You can only express it. So because it's within you, it's still valid. And know that because it's still within you, it's still valid and it never dies, no matter what if you hit the pauses. So keep dreaming. Thank you.
So Linda, your final notes. I think Linda has signed off. Okay, so thank you.
Can I just
Linda,
say, Ijoma, please,
yes, please.
can your admins for the last time before you close share that growth workbook? Some people are asking for it in the chat. Please. I think somebody
Can you share the growth workbook?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I will.
That's it.
Thank you so much, Sandra, for that. Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you, ladies. Oh, you made our day. Thank you. So we'll meet at our we'll meet at our virtual room. Welton Lockers. See you later. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Obi. Thank you, Crystal.
Thank you,
It was
everyone.
nice hearing from you guys.
Crystal,
Obi,
baby.
What a
Obi,
joy.
I'm your
What a
project.
next
Obi, I'm your project.
Saturday.
Obi.
Well done,
Obi,
Ijoma.
I'm your project. Obi,
Listen. Obi, I sent you a message.
I'm your project,
There's
Obi.
about 5
One our projects who must make money like Obi.
Thank you so much, ladies. You're amazing.
Come
Thank
on.
you for this.
Well done. This is super, super, super. Well done, guys. Well done, everybody.